on the microphone and then boom
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Lott. It's Friday. It's Friday. I got a new toy I'm messing with. I'm taking opinions. This is 100%.
Wait, can you? Well, no. Go ahead.
Can I what?
I was going to say I don't even want to know what this does, but maybe should I know first?
No. As a matter of fact, you don't need to know it all, Jason.
I think you'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Let me move this over here. You'll figure it out real quick. Jason's putting the glasses. Okay. All right. The question here is, can you hear? Okay. Yeah. All right. And now it's tuned. What I've done is I've given.
It's a little loud.
It's a little loud. Okay. I don't know if I can turn it down for me. I think I have to turn it on the glasses. But this new toy I'm messing with and I'm taking opinions on because I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. But this is basically designed for air travel. So it's not like Google Glasses, but it's a pair of glasses that you can either plug into your phone, or I have something called a video game system called a Steam Deck. It's really kind of made for those, where it basically puts an OLED screen in front of you. It's approximately 135 inches in your eye line. And then the speakers are Harman. It's by a company called Harman, I think formerly Harman Kardon. And it's designed to basically where you shouldn't be able to hear much of it if I'm around you, which I can't, but it kind of tunes it to the back of your ears so it sounds like good sound, or it should sound like good sound. Could you on a plane watch a movie in these? And by the way, if they're out of focus, it's because there's a thing in there to tune to each person's eyes.
Okay.
So it might be out of focus for you. I don't know.
Wow. The audio's great.
Yeah, the audio, isn't it? That's honestly maybe the most impressive thing to me is the audio.
Okay. It was so weird because I could barely hear you.
Right. That's the design.
I was like, wait, and I had the headphones on. I'm like, is everybody else hearing the audio? So audio is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
The clarity of the picture is probably 10 out of 10.
Okay, so it was fairly in focus because I don't have nearsight or whatever the one is that's close-up issues.
My only issue was, like,
corners?
I don't know if you could. No, it felt like I kind of had to turn. It wasn't perfect screening for me, if that makes sense. Like
it wasn't lined up in your center view?
Yeah, so I felt like if I was to look at you to make you in the center of my screen, I maybe had to
go down,
or I can't remember which way it was, but like,
so
I'm looking at you perfectly clear, but it felt like the glasses made the picture smaller.
That's actually an okay pushback because,
but other than that,
they've got these little nose guards here, and they come with 4 different ones.
And I see the bottom part of the glass. Can you see it from here?
You talking about these little things? The little things that come down. The shades,
I guess so. See that little cut? Like that almost felt like that was the size of the screen.
Yeah. So
but the audio was incredible.
So basically, the nose guards, you switch them out because you and I have a different nose. Thank God for you. And it basically will it'll shape it to how you want. If that makes sense. So in other words, that's a fixable issue if you had the right things.
It was pretty great.
Yeah. I'm pretty impressed with it too. I just, again, I wanted to get some other opinions.
I was really locked in on the movie.
Yeah, the movie, it was a fight scene from the movie Troy with Brad Pitt. I just picked it right.
I wasn't really paying attention. Like if I was on a plane, would I really see like if the person next to me shaking their foot,
Sure.
the flight attendant's coming by, like, I don't know. I was really locked in on it, and then obviously it was playing through your phone.
So yeah, I was playing through my iPhone.
Yeah.
And there's actually a magnetic attachment to it. If you want complete blackout, it actually goes over it. Now, then it looks like you're wearing a pair of goggles that cut out your peripheral vision.
I might like that.
Yeah.
Might.
So it complete. And there's a thing on here. There's a button you can press. I don't know if you can see the little. Well, you pointed them out. The little shades that come down within the shades. So that's designed to darken the surrounding area. You can take them away if you want to be able to see more around you while you're watching stuff. But it's supposed to basically create and again, I mean, the use for me is going to be on planes and stuff. Long flights where you can either, you can lay back and watch a movie and the screen goes with you, or you can play video games. And again, the screen goes right there with you. I wonder
if for you who have trouble sleeping, like if you played like some peaceful ocean.
That's exactly what I'm hoping. There are two things I'm going to try next time that really help. That I was really trying to get. That's a nice jacket. What is that? Bandon something?
It is.
Yeah.
Old McDonald at Bandon.
That's really nice.
Miss Tree on number 3.
We'll try. Yeah. There's two things I'm going to try. Number one, I'm going to try these, and then the other thing, which is just so simple. This might be. I didn't even. It occurred to me randomly remember yesterday when I was like, "That's not the Doobie Brothers. That's Dobie," out of the blue. Like sometimes things pop in your brain. Right. I fall asleep with a fan on me every night. I have to. And at home, I have like fans, not like, Chris Guerrero, but actual. Yeah, exactly. They're clapping for me.
Dave, you can sleep. Go. You can do it.
And then on on a plane, you have that stupid little twisty thing that like gives you like a
1 horsepower.
So, but what they sell USB fans. They sell USB fans.
You're not bringing a fan on the plane.
Okay, to be clear. And by the way, and I'm on the record here. If you have to sit next to somebody on a plane,
will you hold this for the next couple of hours?
Yeah, I'm the guy you want to sit next to because I will go out of my way to be conscientious. I'm scared to death of making the person next to me either uncomfortable or and I follow all the rules.
Offer to feed them pretzels.
Everything. If they're in the middle, I give them both, armrests.
They've earned it.
Right. Like I follow all the rules, shoes, the whole thing. Like I follow the rules. Off and hanging on them. So, but no, this is a fan. It's made for going up because sometimes, if you're lucky enough to fly on a plane that has like a USB port, and a lot of them do now. Right. So I have a little thing I bring with me. It's a splitter. So I plug it in and then it gives me like 4 USB ports.
But don't you bring
it's like $10 on Amazon. Okay. I do bring a lot. I have a whole, I use this backpack and I have a whole travel.
But you left it in London.
I left it. Yeah, not this one, the other one. So in this case, you
sound like you're from London.
In this case, it's a fan designed to fly with. So it plugs in USB and then it clips onto your seat back. So I can turn it on and it's I have it. It's super quiet. But it would only blow on me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be I wouldn't do that to somebody else. Right. And I'm just wondering
if that would help.
If that really would help, because that's what I'm used to. Like even when I'm on the road, I do the fan thing. Like whenever I can.
Let the SH hit it.
That's exactly right, because that could create an issue. So
what's been the feedback
on these? So my kids love them.
Okay. Did Chris try it?
Chris tried it. I didn't. Did I put a movie on for you? Or no,
you just gave me the.
I just gave him
Royal Match.
It's a bad.
Wait, you watched a game?
Well,
I think he secretly needed me to pass that level.
That's not true. I had all the little satellite balls. I was fine. No, I'll show you the movie because again, video games is really why I bought it. But the movie,
you let Tom try it.
I did. Tom's the only other one that's tried. So what I'm about to tell you, it's going to seem like I'm doing a radio bit because it's funny. You can verify it with him off air. It's 100% true. He was sitting down at the studio, and he puts the glasses on. I told him in advance, kind of, hey, look, this is a new toy I got. And he goes, oh, Google glasses. They're not Google glasses. And then he visibly jolted, and then he reached. No. This is the best part. He thought that the movie screen came up on his laptop screen somehow.
What is wrong with him?
He thought the movie screen was on his laptop, so he was reaching out to touch it.
It would make sense that your glasses are connected to his laptop.
Instantly connected to his laptop and showing the movie Troy with Brad Pitt. That's exactly how it works, Tom.
Yeah.
I pay my taxes.
Cody put him on, but then Chris said, we're on, so I didn't get her rating yet.
Okay. Next break,
Yeah, my wife thinks it's too much. But that's like normal. That's how she is.
I didn't feel too much.
No.
Yeah.
And you can adjust the brightness.
Yeah.
You can,
I mean, the audio.
Isn't the audio the craziest thing?
It's incredible.
And it's on full blast. And actually, I don't think it's on full blast, but
loud.
I had it on full blast, and then I put it on. I think Avery was wearing them. And I just kind of sat like from me to you with them. And I could hear something, but it was like.
Yeah, that's what, like I said, I had my headphones on.
Yeah.
And I should be able to hear you. You were talking.
Right.
I could barely hear you. It made it felt like the audio from the glasses was in my ear. I'm like, how is that possible?
Right. Yeah.
Is Chris playing that? I go, that's not possible.
Yeah, no. So the audio was there. And the other thing is which I haven't tried. I just got these yesterday. What I haven't tried is sometimes like I'm going to bed, Melissa's already asleep. Maybe I want to roll a PlayStation on and beat a few thingies, animals, whatever game I'm playing. Sure. I know I'm trying. But in that case, I can just throw them on. I don't have to turn on the TV. Mm-hmm. I just put my controller down, sit my controller into the covers and beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop.
And what are you doing under the covers?
Yeah. So, if she looked over, it might be a little weird. But, anyways, good morning, guys.
Trying to knock one out.
Don't say it in England. Halloween, candy, everyone's Halloween okay?
Halloween was good. Yeah. We walked the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're one of the neighborhoods that, like, I don't know how to describe it. We're on the front of we're on a frontage road. So maybe 6 houses on our little area.
Yeah.
House in the end, dark. Nobody comes down our street.
Nobody.
Just one street back, mayhem. People come into our neighborhood. Yeah. Like cars lined the streets.
Why are they afraid of your neighborhood?
Cars are lining the streets. Like, these cars aren't normal here, but that's okay. People come in and they're coming to get candy. And then you just turn the corner. You're like, wow, there are so many kids here.
Well, I'm thinking of where you live too. Is it because you live in a rather nice neighborhood? I like your neighborhood. Is your actual
I wouldn't know.
Geographic location intimidating because of the whole? I don't want to give too much away, but frontage is
on a major street.
Yeah.
Now behind some old Leanders, that doesn't.
Right.
That's still. Yeah. There's all just regular residential streets around it. So like when you go into that area, that's where, again, cars are lined up. People are driving in to go there, and then you just look and you go, "This is really cool." How many kids and parents are walking through and just having a good old time.
Last night was the final night of my kids trick-or-treating. The last peanut butter.
They went?
They did go with some of their other friends. Okay. Last peanut butter and jelly sandwich for Mason. That's what he dresses. He's dressed as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for like 6 years. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He has a little poster board he wears, like peanut butter in the front, jelly.
He should have gone as the Czech from Black Angus.
That's what he should have done, or the proper steak. Avery went as the bride of Chucky. So that was fun. Of
course. Lots of makeup. Lots of.
Just absolutely. I said, hey, if I wasn't around, this is how you go to school every day. I know you would. You makeup hound. That's an ongoing fight. Oh, hey, and I'll say something to you that requires absolutely no context whatsoever, and it'll sound fantastic on the air, but you, despite your promises, failed to send me pictures of your child.
Did my wife?
No.
Oh.
I got nothing.
We were driving, and she goes, I'm going to send a video. And I said, oh, better yet. And I thought she did.
Okay.
It's those androids, man.
It is.
Well, they don't like talking to each other. You know what's funny?
What?
That was the exact conversation. She goes, I'm going to send him a video. And I said, okay. And I go, oh, but don't send it. And she goes, I'm going to send it to him from WhatsApp. And I said, okay.
Oh,
that's
from
probably
WhatsApp.
how you got it.
Oh, I do a lot.
See
with
if she did it.
Yeah, I do a lot. I was on
She
WhatsApp.
was talking about it. She was looking through videos on our drive.
Yeah.
After we talked to you, and I said, okay. And then we didn't talk about it again. So I assumed she did.
No, I use WhatsApp for all the England stuff, and I got nothing. Okay.
Because that's the way, like, between phones. And
it's
clear
perfect.
because I'll get the stuff from an iPhone. I'm like, this is cool, but I can't really see it.
No, WhatsApp's great. Yeah. WhatsApp is
Okay. Apologies.
Yeah, just saying.
I thought we literally had the conversation, which was funny. I thought you did.
That's funny. No. That's and again, as always, no context needed.
Just tasteful. It's tasteful.
We'll take a break. It's a Friday program, November 1st.
Yes.
Fall back this weekend. We're officially in fall, and everything's folly. By the way, by the end of the month, we'll have done Thanksgiving, Jason. We are officially in a holiday month.
Good.
Followed by Christmas.
It's almost here. Lights go up yet?
No, lights go up for me day after Thanksgiving every year. Day after Thanksgiving every year. Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah. Oh, then we're
You're
already there.
No, but I see it. Like, okay, like when
you don't have the same appreciation for arriving to here as you do for the fear of where we're going.
No, you're right. You're right. That's my fault. But
what day would be the date? Like there should be like you're getting nervous about that already.
Yeah, but
what can we get to like in August maybe, or like Dave? It's August 1st.
Labor Day.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Like
Opening day
Labor
football.
Day,
Yeah.
Be like, we're here. We're good. Like enjoy.
Well, and
this.
I feel like I came in around what was it, opening day. I was like, guys, we made it. Like there was euphoria.
But we were already there. Like I feel like you need the.
What also didn't help was like it was 103 when you were saying
That's
that.
a great point.
But we need like a month lead
We
up
do.
for you.
We do.
To get you excited.
When you're driving from like LA to Sacramento or vice versa, and you see the mileage signs, and like it's still 183 miles to LA.
Yeah. What's the number that gets you?
When I start to get excited, when I get to double digits, when it gets below 100.
Yeah, and actually, I think on 5 or 99.
Yeah.
There's one that reads 99.
There absolutely is.
Perfect.
I know exactly
like
what
if
you're
it
talking
said
about.
100, it'd be like, no.
No.
But when it's
99,
we did it.
And right now, I'd say we're at like 148. So I'm not like freaking out yet, but like
We're that close?
Okay, 205.
Yeah, we got a ways to go. We got a couple stops in between.
A
nice meal.
Dave Richard will join us at 7:00. Brendan Nunes at 8:00. Sean Salisbury at 8:28.
Nice.
Greg Papa at 9:00.
4? Let's just go.
It's a 4-guest Friday, Jason, an FGF. Yep. On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Chris Rolla behind the glass. As always, 4-pack of Sac State tickets for you. Leading off is next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free spicy chicken sandwiches from Wendy's, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, tacos, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Hotline, Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Ready to resume play with 16.7 seconds to go. Wild pass, cross court, grabbed by Young. Launches a 3 that's no good. Scrambled for the rebound. The Hawks tried to save it, but they saved it to the wrong person. The Aaron Fox has it. And for one of the rare times in Sacramento Kings history, coming to Atlanta and walking off the floor with a win. Only the 3rd time in the last 17 visits to this city that Sacramento gets a victory. And they do it in dramatic, come-from-behind fashion after trailing by 23. The final score is 117 to 110.
Wow.
30-point turnaround.
That's
24-point turnaround.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, what were they trailing by?
17.
Yeah.
I miss Kings basketball. It's been forever.
Is it even the season?
No.
Are we?
Who are these guys? Who's on the team?
Who is on the? I don't know. Did we trade somebody?
Yeah.
Did we sign somebody? Kings basketball back tonight.
They haven't played since last month.
No, they haven't. They haven't played all November.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it. Lazy Kings.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Treat for you. They're playing today.
I hope it's not a trick.
Oh, I hope not
I hope
either.
they don't trick me into believing.
Can't lose to the Falcons, the Braves.
Atlanta. There's just nothing redeeming about Atlanta. I really don't. I don't like.
Have you been to Atlanta?
I have.
1 to 10, it's a
1.
Whoa.
I hate Atlanta. I have family.
3 reasons why.
The heat, the traffic, the heat.
Acceptable.
Honest to God, those are my answers.
So, like, but what if you went in February?
The traffic. The airport. That airport sucks.
What if you drove? I don't know why.
The drive there, the traffic. Look, I here's what I will say about Atlanta. If there were half the people, and by the way, this is nothing. I have family in Marietta, in Asheville, North Carolina, near there, in Macon. My cousin David, same exact name as me, son of my uncle David, went to University of Georgia. Like I have a lot of ties out in that area. This isn't it's nothing to do with the people. And there's a lot of things near there that I enjoy. And by the way, if you cut and this is why everyone's like, we need more people. And I'm like, no, look at Atlanta. You don't need more people. If you cut.
Who says we need more people?
That's a whole thing now. And in the chat, they get mad at me every time I bring it up when I'm like, no, less people. And like, but that's a thing now where your birth rates are dropping and we're going to have like nobody. I don't know. I think we have too many people. And then everyone gets mad at me for saying that. Gotcha. But in Atlanta, it's like, okay, when I say you Thanos'd it, I don't mean anyone dies. I'm saying in this world, this make-believe world of mine, if half the people moved out of Atlanta, how's that?
To another part of the US.
And lived a wonderful life.
North and South Dakota.
You always want to eliminate the population.
No, I want to relocate them, which is obviously much better. If they all went to Dakota.
Eradicate.
No, not. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys this. No, I did. And the reason why is, you'll get it in a second, why eradicate made me think of this, not why you think. Dude, I was outside before the show today, sipping my coffee and doing what I always do. Sip coffee, last catch up on ESPN and social media and all that in case something happened, whatever. Dude, all of a sudden, I rest my coffee on my the top of my car, and I'm just sitting there phoning. Out of my peripheral vision, something runs underneath my car. Freaked me out because I don't know what it was. Was it a cat? Probably. It was dark and it was
here or at home?
Here, out there.
Oh, you know what that was?
The raccoon?
I don't know.
The chipmunk?
Yeah.
And a possum.
All of them.
I don't know. And I don't know if it's still out there.
Could be.
Flipped me out.
What did you do? You stayed there? Or you moved around the car? Or what?
No, dude. Honestly, what I did like Deshaun Jackson high step because it was not that far away from me. I was standing on the left side, on the driver's side of my car, and it ran underneath my trunk, right next to my driver's side back wheel. So it was right there, and I went around the car. Opened the door, stood on grabbed my backpack and then stood on the door jamb to grab my coffee from the other side and then backed into the door, used my key card. It was like a scary movie. Like I backed into the door just waiting for this thing to stalk me.
Does your car have an alarm?
Yeah, I don't know how to, it just goes on though. It doesn't go, ooh, ooh. Like it doesn't do that.
No, but like, could you set it like
to scare it away, right? Yeah, I guess. I just don't know how to set it off. It just goes off if something happens. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's a fake. Maybe I don't have one. Anyways, you said eradicate made me think rat.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
So,
or you think you're safe going home? Maybe it's still there.
What if it's attached itself to? Yeah, exactly.
Just under the car.
Last thing, by the way, in King Talk. So, I would enjoy Atlanta if half of the people moved away and the traffic was in half. And also, and the heat was less because the heat is just the heat and the humidity. And then you're in traffic or you're walking around downtown or whatever. It's
shirt off.
Yeah, it's just, but then there'd be like Coca-Cola factory and, things like
CNN,
that. Everything's cheap. CNN, I think.
TNT?
TNT, maybe. Yeah.
Or Turner, yeah.
I would want, one place I want to go to Savannah. I've never been to Savannah before. I want to do a tour of Savannah.
You know what's in Georgia?
I've been talking about going to Savannah.
Yeah.
It's the most haunted place in America.
That's what I hear. Wait, more haunted than New Orleans?
That's what they say.
Okay, what else is in Georgia?
Like your number one bucket list?
Oh,
that's acceptable.
that would 100. Yeah, well, yeah, because it's there, dude. If the Masters was held on the moon, as long as I could survive, yeah, that'd be weird though if it was on the moon. Those drives,
yeah.
Ooh. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
That's a 915 year
Takes the snap, 4-man rush. Lobs one left. Into the end zone for Garrett Wilson. One-handed catch. Incredible. Did he get 2 feet down? Well, you may have heard the ruling. Just as we come back, what you are certainly hearing in the background is MetLife Stadium coming apart at the seams and celebrating an incredible touchdown catch by Garrett Wilson.
Show off.
I mean, there's
He's
hyper.
got 2 hands.
Right. Why you got to use one? And the jump man pose. That's a catch of the year. That was a hell of a catch.
It was.
Also, didn't know that you could go knee and thigh as like foot and thigh or whatever. I didn't.
Right.
Thought it had to be separate legs, which is a great Phil Collins duet.
I was just thinking the same thing.
And we'll go on using separate legs. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings face the ATL tonight. What are our expectations, Kings?
Traffic.
Let's talk about those expectations and so much more before we get to Dave Richard at 7 a.m. and the Niners bye week just before that. You're listening to Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Despite having no experience, Gavin Newsom made Jessica Morse his, quote, wildfire specialist. The result? Under Newsom and Morse, insurance rates and utility bills skyrocketed. Millions of dollars were slashed from the state's fire prevention budget, and they were even caught lying about their record, while millions of acres burned and families lost their homes. Now Gavin has chosen Jessica Morse again, this time to run for Congress. We have a better choice. Kevin Kiley. As our congressman, Kevin Kiley has worked across party lines to secure millions for wildfire protection and expand water supplies. And Kevin Kiley's bill to protect Lake Tahoe will bring up to $415 million home to our district to reduce the threat of fires and restore the ecosystem of the lake, delivering results and making a difference. Let's keep Kevin Kiley working for us.
I'm Kevin Kiley. I approve this message. Paid for by Kevin Kiley for Congress.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
With the cooler seasons upon us, Advanced Infusion Center remains focused on your health and comfort. Whether you're dealing with a chronic illness or in need of an IM or IV therapy, we provide tailored treatments to meet your unique needs. Our caring team is here to make sure your experience is safe, comfortable, and stress-free. With convenient locations in Sacramento and Yuba and flexible scheduling, you can easily access the care you deserve. Explore Advanced Infusion Therapy today. Visit advancedinfusion.com for compassionate care right where you need it.
Ready to pre-game your next big arena event? Head to Beach Hut Deli, a Sacramento tradition for over 40 years, where aloha is served daily. Located just steps away from the arena, whether it's game day or concert night, it's the perfect spot to gather with friends and enjoy amazing sandwiches. Are you planning a bigger get-together? Beach Hut Deli offers endless catering options to bring those delicious flavors to your next party or event. Beach Hut Deli. Good vibes, great food, and epic times await.
I think the dining room table is one of the most important pieces of furniture in a home. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. The dining room is not only where families share meals prepared with love for relatives and guests, but also where the warm conversations remind us why those around our table are so important to us. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is offering more than 150 new dining tables during their in-stock dining sale. All dining room furniture is on sale, including tables, chairs, hutches, and buffets. You can choose from casual to formal and in between. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings so when that doorbell rings and your company is waiting, you can be proud to seat them around your new dining room with the distinctive pieces of furniture that you'll love for their individuality today and you'll treasure for memories you'll have for tomorrow. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Toyota's legendary truck event is on. Hurry in for $2,000 cash back on any 2024 Tundra, or choose a great lease on a new 2024 Tacoma 4x4. Get to your Toyota dealer today because this truck event will be Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available to TFS buyers with premium rated credit until 11/4/24.
Kill Switch Engage. Live in concert. Saturday, March 15th at Hard Rock Live, Sacramento. With special guests, Publicon TX, Fit for a King, and Frozen Soul. Kill Switch Engage. Get tickets Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Kill Switch Engage. Live.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Sacramento State football this Saturday at 6 versus Portland State. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
One question for the room as we get to Kings Atlanta. And also feel free to participate as always. This is an open show. On YouTube, I see the chatters in there. Our regulars. No Cal, by the way.
Hi, Cal.
Cal ain't here yet.
Hi, Cal.
Go see Cal.
Go see Cal. But Dwayne, Camp, and Kevin. By the way, shout out Kevin Zeebs. Kevin's got kidney stones. Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like childbirth to me. I've never experienced it yet, but based on friends of mine that have, I'm petrified of kidney stones. So anytime somebody has them, I have super sympathy pains because I can't imagine. Have you gone through them? I think you have, right?
I just had it first
That's
time,
right.
It was
a couple
about 2
years ago.
now.
Yeah.
That was awful.
No one has ever been like, no one. I mean, of course, no one's going to be like, well, it feels great, but nobody has ever even been like, you know what? It wasn't what I thought. It wasn't as harsh as I thought. They're always like, dude,
just popped right out.
Yeah, it was fine. Just tink right off the porcelain. Nope. They're
And my mystery was I never had that part of it happen.
It just never. It could still be in there.
Or
that's right. You told me about that, right? Like
maybe would became I because everyone who's had them told me, oh no, you'll know. And I would say I didn't have that part. I had the pain part, that's for sure.
Yes.
And I was in that between size where they said, yeah, it's a good one, but it's can't like blast it. And I'm like, why not?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
And that was before I really got to the levels of pain. Like I was uncomfortable, but it got way worse.
You'd feel like, I know that they can do some of this, but we would have developed medically to a point where like they just put a little thing in, like they inject a little deal in you, and it's like asteroids. And it just goes in, pew, 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 pew. Got it.
Yeah.
You're good. My question is this. Last night when I was cooking Halloween chili, by the way, I will say this, might have been my best chili ever. It was the response was fantastic. It just turned out perfectly.
I think I might be good.
Perfect consistency. Past you good?
Well, for you,
yeah.
Am I gonna be good? Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
I think you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's show would have been something.
Tomorrow's show would be rough out. Yeah, that's
it was good. Good batch.
Really, everything worked out. Consistency, flavor, the whole thing. But when I was making it, I was at our friend's house making it there, and one of their, I don't know, I'm assuming it was one of their kids doing the dishes. I reached in to go get a wooden spoon out of their little, whatever that cup is that holds all the ladles in your kitchen. You know, like everyone has that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Somebody put a knife in upside down, and I just mangled my finger. Here's my question. On Fridays, one of my favorite things is I go around the office and high five people. Hey, we made it. I'm that guy. We made it. Hey, we made it. Should I switch high five? Is it weird to high five somebody with a Band-Aid on their pointer finger? It is. I feel like it
go
is.
left hand. And here on Fridays, we high five two people?
Yeah. Well, mostly it's up here.
Okay.
Mostly it's on.
Are you sure it's up here?
That's true. I mean, there's like 5 people.
Also, question for you: is Halloween chili a thing? Because you made it. I had another friend like, "Hey, we're making chili," and I'm like,
I was listening to someone the other day. They were talking about.
Were
it.
they? Maybe it's becoming a thing.
You're like the second or third person I heard about.
I mean, if I'd have made a Halloween beef stew, I think it's more like a Halloween.
Chili's been the one.
Yeah, because here's why. Because I think you want something warm.
Yeah.
Because again, the way we set up, we're in the front driveway. We clear all the cars out. Put a little fire pit there. Little speaker that plays like Thriller and Monster Mash and stuff. We have a table.
Bones are their money.
Huh?
Bones are their money.
But yeah, exactly.
Kids, get your chili. Open your bags.
We have the candy in the middle, and these kids come up. You know, so that's our whole thing. And then we can be out there, but it goes inside. We plug in the little Instapot, and we have the bowls and stuff. So you can just reach down, get some chili. Oh, here's some hot chocolate. Or for all the other adults, booze. And I'm sitting there just pounding hot chocolate all night long. And I think what it is, Jason, is it's a combination of something warm to eat. Also, it's orange. It's festive.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's festive. It's fall. It's festive, chili, that kind of thing.
Got it.
Also, how do we feel, by the way, about parents bringing around toddlers and below dressed up and trick-or-treating? You know that babies aren't getting the candy.
Do they have several kids, or it's just
a couple of them?
Babies.
Couple of them had. It was just them. Like one couple came up in a baby stroller, and we give everybody candy. We're not gonna be like, no, like we're not candy gatekeepers. Whatever.
I think is leading up to more teen pregnancy
and drug use. You know what they're doing? They're doing it for the photo ops.
Yes,
it's their first opportunity. They want to,
pictures at the house,
huh? Yeah,
they're not
that's
taking
it.
Pictures in front of you, right?
Well, that's no. There was one where like the dad went up with the stroller, and then the mom was playing paparazzi. You know, but literally Lady Gaga. But you know the parents are eating it, and you know what? Here's how I look at it: they're going through the effort.
Yeah.
They're out there doing the job. They dressed up the baby. Baby's probably going to cry at some point, crap its pants, as babies will.
Yeah.
Just don't be from another neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're from Atlanta.
Don't be bust.
That's your only role.
Don't be bust. Yeah. We check. We check. Hey, we check IDs. What's your address? We have a geofence that goes around.
That baby's from Rockland.
Get out of here, Rockland baby. This is Roseville candy. Don't be importing into our. You got your own neighborhood. Stay there.
Geofence.
Just kidding. By the way, Paul said there better be cornbread with that chili. There was regular cornbread and there was honey cornbread. Of course, there was cornbread with the chili.
You make honey cornbread, or do you put honey on the cornbread?
No, it's a those little blue Jiffy boxes. Yeah, there's one that's honey flavor. Sometimes I'll actually put a little bit of corn in the cornbread, but I'm not.
I like honey on cornbread.
Honey on cornbread.
Have you seen the thing where you make the chili and then you cook the cornbread on top of it?
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact,
is that worth it?
It's yes. It's a little bit of extra trouble. It's almost like a chili shepherd's pie.
Yeah. It gets a little soggy.
It does. Yeah. It does. It's a nice presentation.
Gotcha.
You know,
I'd rather just drop the cornbread on it if that's how you want
honestly,
to eat it.
That's what I'm saying. In fact, one time I did see this recipe. I didn't get it right, though. It was basically effectively cornbread dumplings.
Okay.
You would drop little spoons of the batter in the chili, cook it in there.
I know I learned this yesterday. Not a fan for you of Fritos. Any thought of Fritos and chili?
If I'm going to have Fritos, I would have it in the form of Frito pie. Fritos and chili. If that to me, I believe is the best form of Frito.
Got it.
Frito dipped in chili. If there's nothing around but Fritos, and I got to find a place for them, it would probably be Fritos and chili. I think that's the best combo. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Much like the Kings tonight, as they're trying to find the right combos to take out the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
As you heard with the G-Man earlier, in fact, let me recap that for you in case you missed it.
Ready to resume play with 16.7 seconds to go. Wild pass, cross court, grabbed by Young. Launches a three that's no good. Scramble for the rebound. The Hawks tried to save it, but they saved it to the wrong person. De'Aaron Fox has it. And for one of the rare times in Sacramento Kings history, coming to Atlanta and walking off the floor with a win. Only the third time in the last 17 visits to this city that Sacramento gets a victory. And they do it in dramatic come from.
Oh, didn't mean to cut G-Man off.
Yeah,
sorry.
there you go.
Yeah, so you've got Atlanta tonight. You have Toronto tomorrow night. And then believe what Monday night is Miami.
Correct.
And then they come back home. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday, Jason. I'm gonna stick with a 3-1 road trip.
Yeah.
And if again, barring something bad happening, if they come back and it's a 2-2 road trip, look, season ain't over, but I think if you want to do some things, that's got to be your expectation. That's got to be your expectation is you should win the games you're favored in.
Yeah, and I think if we, before the year, like, you put teams head-to-head against each other, I would say I believe the Kings are better than the Hawks.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yes, I do.
I believe they're definitely better than the Raptors.
Very much.
I think there's kind of a history of what we think the Miami Heat are. I'm not saying they're not that, but
Sure.
I don't know if they're as good as they've been. I could be wrong on them. But there might even be a slight lean Kings better than Miami, but that would be the one where you'd go. And I know that's not how this plays out.
Sure.
But I think it's more than fair to have expectations of a minimal 2-2. They've already got one. Because now I think without seeing them play to go 3-1, I kind of would like the context because why did they lose? What happened? Did they play poorly? Did they give a game away? Did they take a team lightly? Like, I feel like if they played their best, they were winning all of them.
I agree with you. I do agree with you on that.
Now, okay, are they always going to play their best?
No.
I don't know. But, like, I don't know what outcome if they lost besides the natural disappointment of a loss where you go, yeah, you know what? They probably could have won that game. Like, I feel like that's what we would say if they lost to Toronto.
That's right. Or Atlanta.
Yeah.
And,
So,
and
like, maybe if Miami played great, the Kings played well, you're like, Miami was on it.
Yeah.
Okay. That was tough. End of a trip, whatever. But, yeah, this needs to be a good trip.
well, and how many times did we have that conversation last year? Oh, I know they're better than Detroit. Oh, I know they're better than
Too many
Charlotte.
times.
Oh, I know they're better than insert team that beat us,
Right.
Portland.
Right.
That's part of the growth I'd like to see this year. And honestly, that's part of what I really hope DeMar DeRozan brings to the table that's intangible is, guys, we got to beat the teams we're supposed to beat. We're going to have a 2, 3, maybe 4 throughout the season stinkers that we lose to a team we absolutely should have beaten. And you know what? We're going to have 2, 3, maybe 4 games where we're going to beat teams we probably shouldn't have beat.
Correct.
There's going to be a Boston. There's going to be a Minnesota on the road victory type of thing.
But this trip would be more of the first part.
100%.
Where you're like,
100%.
Remember when they lost that one? You don't want those now.
And if it turns out that they lose to Atlanta or Toronto and they end up beating Miami, I don't care if it's 3-1, it's 3-1.
Right. Whatever order.
As we go to break, I think Chris went first in our last one. Jason, you go first. It's time for our game daily edition of Who is Favored by How Much? The Kings at Atlanta tonight, right here on Sacktown Sports. Tip off 4:30. Jason, who is favored and by how much?
I'm going first instinct, Kings 4.5.
Chris Verlon.
Kings 3.5.
You are both correct. The Sacramento Kings are favored by 6.5 points in Atlanta.
Whoa.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Too much?
Too much.
At what point would you start feeling confident? Because I
In
would
the
say
game?
No. Like from game to game. Because like in the early 2000s, there was like the Kings are going to win this game like every single night.
Right.
Every night they walked in.
Except in Atlanta. You're saying at what point during the season would I feel confident about games like this?
Like games where it's just like they're going to win this.
Yeah, I think we need.
Not like, oh man, they're favored by like 4.5. Ooh.
Honest answer, probably about March 2026. Probably
after their first championship.
I'm going to need a season and a half. And then
I know what Chris is talking about. There was the time, like in the early 2000s, when they were at home, and I forget they had like a 30-game win streak
against
against
Eastern
Eastern
Conference.
teams at home.
Yeah.
Like,
Indiana snapped it, I think.
Yeah, they're winning tonight. Like it was almost, almost, and take this the right way. It was almost boring.
Right,
Almost. Like we would love that again.
I want that
I'm like,
boring.
well, they're gonna win, and sometimes they win by 30. You're like,
well, currently, right now, they got a 2-game winning.
They
got a 2-game winning streak against the Western Conference.
Yes.
It's almost automatic.
Yeah, it is.
We'll take a break when we come back. The Niners have a winning streak, and they're trying to build on it.
Yeah.
Not this week, though.
What are they gonna do?
I hope they're going to Cabo. We'll find out. We'll talk about their bye week. And again, the theme of the show is expectations. What to expect from the Niners when they get back. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-885-9700. 800-885-9700. 800-885-9700.
Hey, Aggie fans, Coach Plow here. If you haven't made it out to a game yet, we've only got 2 opportunities left this season, starting November 2nd against Northern Colorado. We're excited to celebrate all those who helped make this campus great with faculty and staff appreciation and parent-family weekend. And for all you fans of the band, we've got local high schools joining us to ramp up the atmosphere. So grab your tickets today and join us by visiting ucdavis.com/tickets. Go Ags.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake. Says radio edit on here. That is not the case.
That stuff. That girl is poison. Never trust big butt smile.
You know, I had it set to where we would come back with the chorus, but there was nobody in the room.
Well, Chris, you know what? Always have things prepared for that. So here's a little bit of an audio for you. I thought you might both enjoy. And by enjoy, I mean you have to be able to hear it. In order to hear it, I think I have to be turned up, and here we go.
2nd and 10 from the 11. Evans out of the shotgun. Rolls to his right, looks back to his left, setting up the screen, got a tight end, and he's going to score! Touchdown, Southern Nazarene! Only 24 seconds left. And it looks like they are going to knock off the number 3 team in the country for their first win of the season. Unbelievable.
0-8 Southern Nazarene gets their first win of the season, knocking off, is that Wachita?
It was a very profitable night in the Ross house.
I did not know that people actually sounded like that. I thought that was like a cartoon type of thing.
Can I just say,
like the guy, I can't remember which character it is, but I think it's in Robin Hood. Ooh, I can't believe you just did that.
It's a real person. And that's my favorite. Some low-level Division IX Southern-y college football game in brisk fall. You can hear the bathroom style echo from the press box when he's yelling, and odds are there's 5 people listening, and he's calling it like it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
good for him. Also, I'm going to play a question and answer, Jason. I want to play a game of guess this person.
Okay.
Jerry, you're fantastic, and you're as good as you always were. Like, you're coaching Northwest Oklahoma State. You're the defensive coordinator. You don't have to be coaching right now. You could be enjoying a cigar, your motorcycles, your horses, whatever.
Everybody play along at home, by the way.
But you're still doing it. What gets you up in the morning? You obviously love ball, but coaching at a small level as a coordinator, that's true passion for the game.
Well, I tell everybody, preachers preach.
Got it?
Coaches coach.
I got it.
Jason Ross, what 83-year-old man is that?
That is, I believe, former coach of Portland State Vikings.
Oh?
Of the...
Oh, who's playing Sac State later today. We've got a 4-pack of tickets to see them.
Playing tomorrow.
Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Houston Oilers, maybe?
Did he ever do anything maybe unique before games?
He would be known for, if I'm not mistaken, leaving tickets for a famous person who allegedly is no longer with
us. Ladies and gentlemen, the defensive coordinator for Northwestern Oklahoma University, which if anyone was bringing that up out of context, I think they were making it up. That's Jerry Glanville.
And you never quit coaching. And if you can help one player be better than he was yesterday, then you jump out of bed and you run to work. If you can help one guy just improve a little bit, that beats all the money that you could ever make. When you crawl in the box, they put dead men in the box, one in a box. You only get to take a couple things in there with you, and it's not money. It's your integrity and who you've helped.
I love that clip. Jerry flipping Glanville.
Northwestern Oklahoma.
And he's the defensive. He's not even the head coach.
Right.
He's the defensive coordinator at Rando School. Rajon Rando. Northwestern Oklahoma University, which Jason is located in.
The Steelers.
Is that who they are?
I don't know. The Wildcats.
Okay, let's see. I know we got a break here, Chris. Let's see. Northwestern. I love that story.
The Panthers.
He's 83 years old. That is called For the Love of the Game. It's located in Alva, Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah, named after your wife. And their mascot is the Rowdy Ranger. They are the Northwestern Oklahoma State University Rangers.
Power Rangers.
That is fantastic.
Nice. Good for him.
So on today's day edition of, hey, what is life?
Yeah, what did I learn?
What did I learn? You learned something from Jerry Glanville. Also, hope the Niners do better after the bye.
I hope so, too.
Okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, Dave Richards, CBS Sports. Get your questions in right now. 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140. And, yeah, this is the time of year right now when you have questions, we have answers. We'll be right back after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable. And one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, The Pen is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, The Pen is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards RealFit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with the Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. There's a mixed bag of financial data providing both tricks and treats to investors. Earnings for some large mega cap companies were spread reaching higher than estimated and some showing some current and near-term weakness. Wall Street expected gross domestic product growth of an annualized rate of 3.1% in the third quarter. Investors were tricked with a lower than expected 2.8% rate of growth. October's ADP report provided a treat as private sector jobs creation jumped to the highest level in the past year. This stronger than expected labor market may still not be enough to keep the Federal Reserve from continuing the rate cutting cycle by reducing rates another 0.25% at their next meeting, according to Bank of America. All these treats may be leading to an overbought market that could be susceptible to a larger correction as soon as later this year or early 2025, according to advisory firm Janney Montgomery Scott. Next week's presidential election is still poised to provide a trick for some and a treat for others, with options traders expecting some outsized volatility up or down depending on the outcome. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic FA Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic FA is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic FA.
It's 4th and goal. The pressure's on. The home team needs this to win it. No matter what you're up against, it's always a win at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Special finance options and trade-in offers make it easier than ever to upgrade your ride. Because at Stockton Honda, we believe everyone deserves a winning deal.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number one claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company, L1 report.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance.
In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
I'm the 916, Dave. Why do you struggle when you talk sports, but when you talk food, it's just smooth sailing? You know what, dude?
Maybe it's a food show with a sprinkling.
I feel like it is. I mean, food talk radio is not a thing, and maybe it should be.
I think it might be a thing.
I think, honestly, I would like to switch the show to talk about food. Let me review gadgets. And occasionally a sports combo breaks out.
Kings if they win.
Yeah, Kings if they win. And fantasy football.
Yes, always fantasy football.
Love talking some fantasy football. And just so happened last night, Jason, I know some people are going through this. I'm in 2 leagues. In both leagues, I'm playing against Garrett Wilson.
It's fine. I have him in 1 league, and I'm playing against him in another. So it's like I had the good and the bad.
I hate that when one of my guys is also going against me.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, don't isolate that. Joining us right now from the lovely state of Florida, the one, the only, the lovely, the talented, the sometimes bespectacled, sometimes not bespectacled, David Richard. Good morning, Dave.
How are you, Dave? How are you, Jay?
I'm great.
Hey, can I ask a question? And it's going to sound like it's a question where I'm complaining or nitpicking. I'm really not. I just honestly am curious, and any answer you give is acceptable because we just simply appreciate any time we can get from you. But I do enjoy watching your show on CBS with your partners. I like to call it the Dave Richard Show with other people.
Yeah.
No offense.
With guests.
Yeah, with guests. Dave and friends.
Uh-huh.
And why do we never do video?
Are you kidding?
What?
Oh, you mean us?
Yeah, us.
Right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it right now.
Can we do it right now? I guess.
I'm literally standing at my desk with a I'm looking at my camera, and it's not even on.
Okay.
Have Chris or somebody send me a link. I'll do it right now.
I'm all for that. I'm wondering why behind the glass, when you work with somebody for a long time, you recognize things. I'm wondering why Chris just raised an eyebrow. Chris, I felt like you don't like that idea right now.
No, well, I mean, we have a limited time, so I need to get an email address. So I need to.
Oh, you need to get an email address.
It's drichard@cbs.com.
drichard@cbs.com. So we'll just continue the interview.
We'll see if we can shift in mid-interview.
In mid-interview, we'll just conduct the interview, and then as soon as he gets the email, you can log right in. I'm sure you're familiar probably with StreamYard. You'll get it. You'll hop on in the studio, and we'll go from this to that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. It's we're at the midpoint of the fantasy season, and I've got a lot of teams, man. You would think that being a fantasy nerd like myself, all my teams would be undefeated or something like that, but I've got a lot of 4-4 teams. And the way that I kind of view each of those rosters individually is, okay, how many injuries do I have? How many weak spots in my lineup do I have? How good is my depth? And on those teams where I've got good depth and I like my lineup, I'm confident that I can make that playoff run without having to make a move. And those are most of my teams. So I'm feeling good about my teams. But if I did have a team that didn't have a great record and didn't have great depth, that now's the time to hit the panic button and consider making a trade of one of your best players to get 2, maybe 3 good starters from one of the teams that's at the top of the division in your fantasy league.
Dave, in your evaluation of your teams, is your best team because you drafted them, or did you also pair that with, man, I made this good trade or good pickup early and that one to give me this best team?
So another big problem with being a fantasy nerd is that you play with a lot of fantasy nerds.
Yeah.
And so, hey, I'm on StreamYard, so if you want to let me in.
Oh.
Let me in.
Let Dave in.
Let Dave in. We're going to have a delay, by the way, so he'll pop up, and then because we're not on the StreamYard feed, we're on the YouTube feed. We'll see it right when the audience sees it, but we'll have a delay. He won't. We'll have a delay though. This is exciting. You do play with a lot of nerds. Hey,
there he is.
Look at that nice blue sweat quarter zip, I think is what that
is. It's a quarter zip, and it's an old school one. It says CBS Sportsline on it, so I'm going retro today. Okay.
No pants.
I play with a lot of fantasy nerds, and that means that there aren't a lot of trades to be made because everybody thinks they're so smart. I'll give you an example. The only trade that's been made in one of my fantasy leagues happened yesterday, and I was involved in it. I'm loaded at quarterback. Like I've got Lamar Jackson. I picked up Bo Nix off the waiver wire. 14 teams. Bo Nix was out there. I traded Bo Nix and Tank Bigsby for Chuba Hubbard. And I'm one of those people that think that Chuba Hubbard's still going to be good even after Jonathan Brooks gets acclimated into the Carolina offense. And I think the Jacksonville run game just is a little overrated with Bigsby. So I felt good about that trade, but that's the kind of thing that happens in a lot of my leagues is that trades there's just too much resistance to deals in those kinds of leagues.
So we're at that point then, the midway point, and we can always award this at the end of the year, but I know each and every year we do our various awards, and I don't think this is what we call it, but I'm going to name it the draft pick of the year, that just the one that you picked that was way overrated, whatever, and generally not counting injury because you can't do anything about that. Just the player you pick, and just by this time you're just like, is that player Anthony Richardson?
Yes, there's no question. It's a brilliant call, and a lot of the times when we start thinking about players in fantasy, we think about their upside and what can they do. And in the case of Anthony Richardson, in his rookie year, we saw a smattering of that. And we even saw it in week 1 of this year. And just the dude totally regressed in a major way. Like, I don't think his footwork was really good this year at all. I thought his accuracy clearly was off. And when Joe Flacco went into that offense against the Steelers, I think it was week 4, he was awesome. That offense really popped. They should have never turned back to Richardson after that. And now they won't, because they're still a playoff contending team. They've got good wide receivers. It's a good offense. Their play caller, their head coach, very smart guy. I would imagine that we will see Flacco at least in the next 3 games as the starter for the Colts. Once the Colts are out of it, then they go back to Richardson. But yeah, terrible analysis and advice from the fantasy community to rank Anthony Richardson as high as we did.
And honestly, not you, but just in general, because everybody missed on that. Just to finish the thought, whereabouts was Richardson going on average in most leagues?
I want to say round 5 or round 6.
Wow.
Dave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Dave, is Flacco, you mentioned like their offense is better. They got good. I think the team is just better with him. Where does he rank this week for you fantasy? Where should he be on someone's list? If, I don't know, maybe he's still out of the wire or he's a backup. What would you do with Flacco?
I think Flacco is a borderline starter. I've got him 12th this week. We know that he will throw a lot, and that is something that the Colts will do. He needs to have a favorable matchup to help him out, and I think he's got it this week against Minnesota. I really like it for his receiver, Josh Downs. I know everybody thinks that Michael Pittman's going to be the guy who's going to be the number one. It hasn't been. In the 3 games that Flacco played, Josh Downs has been his number one target getter, number one guy as far as catches, and at least 15.9 PPR points in each of those 3 games. Josh Downs is a top 15 receiver. If you're in a fantasy league with only 9 other people, smaller league, you might even be able to find him on your waiver wire. You should double check. And you should try and trade for him too. Whatever you give up in trade for Josh Downs, it should be a discount compared to what he should be at the end of the year. Now, I say all that because I'm projecting, I'm doing the exact same thing that we all did with Anthony Richardson before the year started. We're projecting greatness, and it's not a guarantee. So it's based off of what Joe Flacco is good at, what this receiver is good at. This week, I love the matchup specifically, but could he go and be a top 10 receiver the rest of the way? Josh Downs, I don't know about that, but top 20, I think he can be that. And this week he's top 15.
Dave Richard joining us, CBS Sports. All right, let's move to the bane of many existences over the last 2-3 years in fantasy football. I'm talking about Kyle Pitts. There have been signs and signals, and obviously Kirk Cousins being there was one of them preseason. But as you know, there may not be a player in fantasy football over the last couple of years that has been more frustrating. You want to talk about upside than Kyle Pitts, but last week, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, had 4 catches. Is he or has he been sort of moving up the list for you? Can we believe in Kyle Pitts yet, Dave?
It's been 4 straight weeks of at least 10 PPR points, which is good for a tight end. I think you can believe in Kyle Pitts. And I'm tired of making excuses over why he's having success. And the reality is that he looks good. He's a part of a good passing offense when that quarterback isn't pressured. And I think it's going to continue to happen. His last 4 games, he's had at least 8 targets in 2 of them, at least 5 targets in all of them. And his last 3 of his last 4 games, at least 4 catches. So I think he's earned the right to be a safe number 1 fantasy tight end. This is not something that I saw coming. I thought he would have another bad year. I thought Drake London would be awesome every single week. Yeah. London has it's 1 week that London's fallen off, but we'll see if that continues or not. But I do think Kyle Pitts, he'll have some bum weeks in there, but I think he's going to be good to go.
Should we trust what we saw last week from Jameis?
Yeah. So about that. So I don't know if you watched that game, because who would watch a Browns game, but
Florida State's Jameis Winston. Sorry.
Yeah. And like I've told you, one of my favorite Seminoles.
Yes. That's
He on his second to last throw, he threw it directly to Ravens safety Kyle Hamilton, and Hamilton dropped it. And Dave, you're laughing because you've seen that throw from Jameis Winston
a long
times in the NFL, and I'm not exaggerating. The very next throw was his last throw of the game, and it was a touchdown to Cedric Tillman. That is I think it was an 11-point swing for fantasy managers, and he still would have had 20 fantasy points with that interception and without the last second touchdown. But the fact is that Cleveland's identity on offense changed dramatically when they went to Jameis Winston. And I don't see it changing. 2 things. Number 1, Jameis is just, he's a gunslinger. He's going to put that ball in tough spaces. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It's a lot better than what they had with Deshaun Watson. Number 2, Ken Dorsey, University of Miami's Ken Dorsey, is the play caller for the Cleveland Browns these days. And the reason why he got sent out on the last train from Buffalo was because he threw the ball too much. And I think he's going to do that in Cleveland. I think that they see their path to success through Jameis and not Nick Chubb. Of course, there will be some games where Chubb gets going, but we really haven't seen Nick Chubb look explosive yet. You know, he's coming back from that big knee injury. So I think we can buy into Jameis a little bit. Where do I have him ranked? Because I bet that Jason was going to ask me that. He's kind of low. He's 14th. But then again, 14th for Jameis, it's not bad. Probably my favorite bye-week replacement quarterback. So if you've been starting Brock Purdy, Jameis is somebody that you can turn to this week.
That's a perfect way to wrap up as we talk Jameis Winston. You bring up Ken Dorsey, who doesn't quite bring the chills that Gino Torretta does when his name's mentioned, but still plenty of damage done back in his day. And oh, by the way, I believe that this is me trying to gloat about my team getting destroyed. I believe I said to you, if it's below 21 points, which was the line, I would be absolutely shocked. And again, this is somebody who knows college football right here. We lost by 22 points.
You must be so proud.
My guys did it. They came through in the clutch. Boy, it must be nice to watch your undefeated number 6 Miami team go against their arch rival and really, once the game starts, Dave, never really worry about it.
First of all, it was cathartic.
Uh-huh.
Second of all, like it wasn't the funeral that I was hoping for. How's that for a sentence?
You wanted 52 to 10.
I wanted to see the Hurricanes kind of tear them apart.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do it. Like Cam Ward did not have a very good game, but they found ways to win. The freshman quarterback, how do you pronounce his last name for FSU?
I pronounce it. I don't watch that much, and I don't care.
Smith.
Yeah, Fred.
Wow,
dude.
Am I finding out that you're not like the diehard Florida State fan that I've come to know you as?
No, it's honestly, it's a tough. You're talking about Luke Kromenhoek, by the way, and it's a tough. Mike Norvell just got distracted by a flashy light or something, watched movies in the, I don't know what the hell it is. And we're going from a guy who led a team to an undefeated season and what some say, not me, but what some say is the biggest snub in college football history. I don't say that. To they might be buying him out. This is Willie Taggart-esque performancing here, David. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough for me.
It is, but you should at least know like the freshman quarterback's name.
I knew what it was. It's not like I vamped until I could Google and remember his name.
Google it.
The power of video. He sees you now.
Where can I know that? I don't like this. Where can people see, watch, and hear your lovely voice and lovely face?
I'll be on at 10 a.m. today, CBS Sports Network, going over fantasy football starts and sits for week 9. We'll give you an update on all the injuries. And if that's not enough for you, I just finished doing part 2 of the week 9 start sit episodes on YouTube.
Oof.
You can go to youtube.com, search for Fantasy Football Today, like and subscribe to our channel there. And of course, CBS Sports Network at 10 a.m. your time.
It's my favorite episode. Starts and sits, part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yes,
one of the favorites. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Great
First
background.
time in how long have we been doing these spots? It's over a decade.
Over a decade. And who knows? Maybe we'll do it again in the future, depending on your schedule.
I think we should. It's good
All
stuff.
right. That's Dave Richard. Check him out and listen to him. He is the absolute best. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you
Got it,
soon.
guys. Good luck in your leagues this week.
Thank you. That's Dave Richard, CBS Sports. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's not 1 for, it's not 2 for, it's 3 for Madness and Bob Costas edition. Yeah, that's right. We'll talk about that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair is gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news! Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
It always trips me out when you remember my. Let's see.
How many houses back was that?
Yeah.
At least 2.
It was 2.
Are you talking about the spanking tree?
What? Well, you mean when I was a kid?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, what's that story?
That's a magazine. No, Jason remembers my address 2 houses ago. This is how long ago it was. So just to give you an idea, let's see. So Avery will be in college next year. That was the house she lived in until she was 1 year old.
Wow.
So yeah.
So I don't think you were there very long.
No, we weren't.
It was near, not far from me at all.
Yeah, no. We needed wider open spaces. That was a rather small place. Old Amberwood Road near what was that, Northrop?
Yeah,
Northrop.
Yeah, Northrop.
They had the 24-hour fitness right up the street I used to drive by.
Yeah.
Wave high.
It's not far from our big boss.
That's right. No, he lives in.
There's a gate to get to him.
Yeah, there's a gate. Yeah, that's a big.
We don't have one of those gates.
Nope. All right. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Bob Costas announced he's retiring from announcing MLB games. Where does Bob rank in your mind all time for broadcasters?
Here's the problem with that question. It's a great question, but I would not rank Bob in the top 10. Well, maybe in the top 10 at best individual sports. But what I'm saying is the thing with Bob, which makes him so great, is that he was good at multiple sports, which Vince Scully, Dick Enberg, there's not a Joe Buck. There's not a huge, so like, for example, what I'm trying to say is like, I don't know, was he as good as Ernie Harwell?
All right.
Whatever. Okay, fine. But he was more diverse than Ernie Harwell.
I think because of what you said, this is exactly how I feel about Bob Costas. If I'm ranking him, I would put him in the top of hosts.
Yes. I would
play by play,
yes.
not as top, but it's not like he was more like a D-. No, he was great.
No.
He's great as an announcer. But I would have others ahead of him
So
as a play-by-play. But as a host, Olympics and studio and like the OJ stuff that he was doing during basketball was kind of amazing.
Well, let's look at or near our generation. You're looking at like a Jim Nantz. Here's who I think his comps are: Jim Nantz, Brent Musburger,
Al Michaels.
Who?
Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, absolutely. Jim McKay.
Joe Buck to an extent. He's been around a long time.
Buck, yeah. I just Joe Buck do a lot of hosting.
Oh, I see.
Network studio hosting, where like NBC,
Tirico.
That's the one I was forgetting. Tirico, who's doing it right now. Honestly, Scott Van Pelt's got to be is moving into the conversation.
But then, so you're just doing host, not host / play-by-play.
I would say his body of work, hosting, play-by-play. I haven't really, I think over the last 5-10 years, he's really kind of like, for example, and this will anger some people, and I don't mean it this way. Like, I think Keith Olbermann's one of the best Sports Center anchors of all time. I think on social media, last 5, he's kind of lost it a little bit. Bob's kind of gotten very verbose on things. And by the way, it's not that I disagree with or agree with what he's saying. It's just like, do the thing, please.
Yeah.
Shut up and dribble.
Like the feeling is he's always been very smart. And
Yes.
now it's almost like I'm going to show you.
I'm going to show you how he's at
in a
that
weird way.
He's at the IDGAF phase, I think, of his career, as the kids would say. I would put him I don't think he'd make my Mount Rushmore. I think he would be Mount Rushmore adjacent. I'd put him top 5.
Yeah.
And
he's a legend.
He is he's an absolute legend. And I wanted to play a couple of clips from him at risk of going a little long here, but I think it's worth it. Here's one of his more out of pocket moments.
Wow.
So that was fairly recent, Bob Costas, okay?
Wow.
And I may be biased here, but this is the Bob Costas I remember. Now, there's more to it. That's the intro to 1993 Florida State Notre Dame.
Wow.
Which is the first year FSU won their title.
Mm-hmm.
They actually lost to Notre Dame. Anyways, but that to me, Bob could narrate.
Correct.
Maybe better than anyone.
And if you're excited, feel these nipples.
Great line from basketball.
That might be his best.
Question 2, please. And question.
Question 2.
Who is your favorite broadcaster now?
I saw this question this morning, and I hate you for asking it, man. It's tough. It's like picking kids. Picking between your kids.
Isn't that your question?
My favorite basketball broadcaster of all time, no offense, is Grant Napier. That's just, I think a lot of that is just, not that he's not great, but also I think nostalgia plays into this a little bit and who you grew up with.
Right.
I would say my overall favorite, like if I could pick a guy to call, it's between two guys. In their prime, it's probably Al Michaels. But I have a really hard time picking between Al Michaels, Jim Nantz, and Joe Buck. They're all three. They all make the event seem bigger. And much like where I say Grant, because I understand that this guy's not the greatest broadcaster of all time, but the golden voice, the voice to me where I knew it was a big game growing up, my generation, was Pat Summerall and Madden. And then Scully, of course, for baseball.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's
my feels on that too. It's kind of like you said, nostalgia. I think the names that as soon as you're saying that, I went right away to Vin Scully, and I also went right away to Keith Jackson.
Oh God, whoa, Nelly.
I don't know.
For college football, he's the guy.
And I'd almost like to go back and listen. I wonder if he would technically, and I don't even know if he was good. But in my mind, he was great.
I don't think he was technically that, but he wasn't just college football either, which is funny, but that's how we remember.
Yeah. Summerall is also really good too. That's a voice, a soundtrack that you just Summerall and Madden. It just felt like that's all I ever saw.
I think you said it perfectly. The soundtrack.
Yeah.
And for us growing up, it was Brent Musburger. It was Pat Summerall. It was Keith Jackson. It was Bill Raftery. It was Vern Lundquist in college basketball. It's just, they don't make them like they used to. By the way, YouTubers, I'm sorry. Apparently that YouTube clip didn't play, or the clip I played didn't play for YouTube. I don't know why. It was coming through both channels.
Yeah,
apologies. We didn't know that. All right, question 3, please.
Question 3.
Oh, I said I hate you for asking this question, by the way. I wrote it. It just occurred to me.
Yeah.
What do you look for in a broadcaster?
I look for a broadcaster that can paint a picture. I look for a broadcaster that knows the difference between when he's doing a radio call and a TV call. I look for a broadcaster that has his own style, but whose style doesn't get in the way of my viewing. I look for a broadcaster who understands that, especially when doing a solo broadcast or with a color commentator, that his number one partner is the crowd, that he is playing off the crowd, and that is his true color analyst. Everything else is just gravy. That's who I want. Somebody who doesn't get too crazy for the highs and too low for the lows, and that saves something in the tank so that it's a big moment based on the voice inflections and what they're doing. In other words, I look for you, Jason. I look for Jason Ross.
Right answer.
That's the right answer.
I look for all those that you said. Also, it's still fun. So have some fun, some entertainment. I want to be informed. I want to learn something if I'm watching. I think the previous one was who do you like now? I think Ian Eagle is
great. He's so smooth.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's informative, sets his partners up well. There's a lot of really good people right now, but and we've got one right now, G-Man. G-Man's incredible.
G-Man's like Johnny Carson. He makes. Oh, by the way, shout out to, honestly, we should probably acknowledge Mike Breen. Too.
But he hits those notes too. He's funny.
And he sets up he's the best at setting up his partners and making them look good. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, the Jets beat the Texans last night. Let's talk a little bit about that as well. NBA notes coming up. Big injury crappy, sucky injury in the NBA. Sacramento Kings insider for Sacktown Sports, Brendan Nunes, joins us at 8. Just a reminder as well, Sean Salisbury at 8:28, Greg Papa at 9, and Sac State tickets still to come. We'll be right back after this.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about it's now still a relatively new sponsor for sure. And we're so happy they're here, the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. They've been around with us now for a little while, but they've been around in our area for 70 plus years doing amazing work. Last night, Halloween, obviously, we had some people over and they were looking at some of the things we had done in our yard. I said, but wait till I'm so excited. We're getting brand new garage doors. We've got 2 single car garage doors, like a divider in the middle. So we got to get 2 new doors. And Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is going to help us with that. Came out and they measured the process is starting. And I'm so excited because I do know, much like they say, and much like I've been telling you, the single greatest return on investment you can get for your house are new garage doors. And that's not the only reason we're doing it. We're in an old home. We've been in this home for a long, long time. It's wonderful. We've grown to love it. We've made our memories there, but we're going to make more, and our house is going to look better. That wow factor, better curb appeal, and we're just going to be happier with new garage doors, courtesy of Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. And you could do the same, and it's not just for commercial or not just residential. Excuse me. You can also do it commercial for businesses. People are using garage doors for all sorts of different types of things, not just for garages anymore. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Check out their website at ohdsac.com and see what kind of incredible selection of garage doors that they have and ways to improve the value of your home that maybe you could just never even imagine. So there's so many different options for you when you contact them, and I think this is definitely a place that you need to get involved with. Again, it is Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, and it's the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Ready to pre-game your next big arena event? Head to Beach Hut Deli, a Sacramento tradition for over 40 years, where aloha is served daily. Located just steps away from the arena, whether it's game day or concert night, it's the perfect spot to gather with friends and enjoy amazing sandwiches. Are you planning a bigger get-together? Beach Hut Deli offers endless catering options to bring those delicious flavors to your next party or event. Beach Hut Deli. Good vibes, great food, and epic times await.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento State football this Saturday at 6 versus Portland State. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Someone said Frank Gifford. I'll accept that. I don't think Frank Gifford's top 25 broadcaster, but nostalgic. Like Frank Gifford would come on Monday Night Football and do his thing. During the break, a guy who I don't know if he's top 10 or what. You can make arguments. It's a taste thing, but I think worth a mention is, man, Dick Stockton, much like Dick Enberg, the Dicks did a lot of events.
Yes.
And, we mentioned Enberg all the time. Dick Stockton was great.
Yeah.
Dick Stockton was fine.
And then there's people developing, like, I think Brian Anderson's become really good from baseball to basketball.
Yeah.
There's just a
Who's
lot.
the Fox guy who's now Kevin, is it Burkhart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Joe Davis to the world. Who's amazing analyst? I mean, amazing. I think John Smoltz is incredible.
Yes, I agree with you.
Incredible.
I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. John's
like, I learned with John Smoltz. Like, I mean, I've watched thousands of and played baseball, thousands of games, and he's like, okay, here's what they're going to do. And it's like, he's right almost all the time.
And if we're going with older broadcasters, I think Jim Lampley deserves a lot of love.
Yeah, you're 100% right. God, Lampley was the voice of fights for me. 100%. I didn't even think about that.
He was so good just with the rhythm of it. He knew, like, okay, it's starting to build up. I'm building up. When they're filling each other out, he's asking the commentator, like, why are they doing this? What
That's
are they
right.
looking for?
Very good at that. And by the way, you're working with a lot of ex-boxers too. So you really have to, like, there is nobody on earth that could have made Roy Jones Jr. a better analyst than Jim Lampley. And he really brought that out of Roy. And I've heard Roy with other people. And if I'd never heard Roy before, I'd be like, dude, you took a few too many shots. Like, you're not good. But with Lampley, and also, by the way, having to sail the seas of Larry Merchant, which isn't always easy. And you know what? And it's funny you say that, Chris. I should say this too. And it's not because he's one of my best friends in the business, but honest to God, no offense to, and we've had John Anik on the show many, many times. I love John Anik as a broadcast, as an announcer, and as a human being. But Mike Goldberg will always be the voice of the UFC to me. And I think, once upon a time, Joe Rogan wasn't a podcast host. He was an analyst for the UFC, teaming up with Goldie. And Mike Goldberg's
he was on news radio.
Yeah, he was right, exactly. His when Goldie would say it's all or here we go, that was really to me the birth and the development of the UFC. Anik does a great job, but Goldie's always going to be the voice to me. Jets beat the Texans. Garrett Wilson is insane. I think definitely, these things are always subjective, but the catch of the year last night and a call that really, I think, I didn't expect. On the replay, I'm like, oh, that's not a catch. But I guess if you get the foot and the thigh in, the knee, I don't know what a catch is, but I did enjoy. I said catch of the year, and somebody on Twitter was like, not a catch. And I was like, well, let's play a game of who's right. Mike Johnson on Twitter or all of the referees replaying the whole thing. Not that they're perfect, but it obviously by the rules was a catch. Just a little weird that it was a catch. And I believe this is it. Here's what it sounded like.
Takes the snap, four-man rush. Lobs one left. Into the end zone for Garrett Wilson. One-handed catch! Incredible! Did he get 2 feet down? Well, you may have heard the ruling. Just as we come back, what you are certainly hearing in the background is MetLife Stadium coming apart at the seams and celebrating an incredible touchdown catch by Garrett Wilson.
Do you know who I believe is the happiest person in the world that Garrett Wilson made that catch?
Who?
A young man named Malachi Corley, who in his very first carry as an NFL player went from the highest of highs to the absolute lowest of lows.
Malachi Corley, as he got into the end zone, dropped the football, and they are going to make sure that he didn't drop the ball before he broke the plane. Malachi Corley, it turns out, makes a rookie mistake. He dropped the ball before he broke the plane.
Okay, so we call that the Deshaun Jackson.
Yes.
I would just like to, I know we have a lot of college football coaches that listen to the show. and I know we have a lot of high school football coaches that listen to the show. Let's end this pandemic really quickly. Every single football coach in the nation needs to have a conversation with their team and say the following. If you enter the end zone and drop the ball at any point, I don't care if it's 5 yards into the end zone, you're going to run until you puke on Monday. Now, if you want to go out in the back of the end zone and you want to spike the ball, that's fine. You want to do your celebration, no problem. I see any of you doing the drop ball, and I don't care if you did it 5 times and had 5 touchdowns and we won 73-2. You're going to be vomiting on Monday. This happened in college football, I want to say, last week. Mm-hmm. Deshaun Jackson's the most famous one, but he's far from the only one. Guys, you saw it last week, too, in the Bears Commanders game, where you had the guy messing with the crowd, missing his assignment. Look, stop freaking. This isn't an old man stop showboating thing, because I think showboating is great. I think that showboating is actually a negative connotation. I think you should show your character, and I think you should celebrate doing something amazing.
Finish the play.
Just finish the play.
Yeah.
Stop, and don't pre-celebrate. There are certain things I don't like. If you're down 34-7 and you get a sack, okay, that's fine, but let's not do a 7-step river dance.
Right.
You know, there are certain things, dude. You're down 12-1, you hit a home run. If you want to flip the bat, that's your right. You just look stupid doing it.
It's just a home run.
Right. I am all for celebrating, and I am all for showing your personality 100%. But I do think it's situational.
Yeah, you should be able to read the room on that. You should know what the impact of that play is.
And by the way, it was 0-0 when that happened. Imagine if the Jets, on the brink of their season, had lost this game by 7 or less, and that poor kid, maybe especially in New York, never lives it down. Honestly, not only did they win the game, Garrett Wilson had the catch of the year, and we're just having fun with it. Whereas if the Jets had lost, this whole freaking conversation is about showboating, and the hot take cannons flowing from certain parts of the country would be flamethrowers.
Yeah, I know yesterday I told you, look, I was not high on the Jets, and one game can change your opinion, at least the way the direction went. I thought they played well last night. I think they left some stuff still out on the table, but if you're looking at what the best version of the Jets can be, defense was good.
Yes.
Rodgers still could throw for more yards, but Hall ran for almost 80, I think. And then the two best receivers, Wilson and Adams, I think they had 16 catches, 90 yards each, and 3 touchdowns. Like, that's the dangerous version of the Jets that they have not looked like. And so if they could do more of that, we knew yesterday was the swing game, because that was a tough game to play. Yeah. They've got some easier games coming up. Maybe they can actually make a push if they continue to play more like that, but they haven't been playing like that.
Let's be honest. To your point, the Texans didn't have Stephon Diggs, but other than that, they were, Joe Mixon was in there.
Stroud was there.
Stroud was in there. Tank Dell had 126 yards. I mean, they played. Breece Hall had 74 yards on the ground and just 11 after that. Did not get into the end zone. You have Garrett Wilson on one side, Devontae Adams finally breaking through on the other side. To your point, that's what the Jets can be.
Yep.
And by the way, that defense holding Houston to 13 points.
That was big.
That's what they can be. If the Jets play, and by the way, I don't think the Jets played their best game.
Yeah, they left stuff out there.
So it's one thing. It's one thing if you're Carolina or if you're Jacksonville and you're like, we're just not a good team. I do, and again, I've been high on the Jets all year. I believe the Jets are a playoff caliber team, but there's a difference between what it is on paper and how they execute. They had to have this win. They're 3-6. It's still a very uphill battle, but to your point, the rest of the schedule is a little easier than the first part of the schedule. So we shall see. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get some NBA notes. A terrible, terrible injury in the NBA and a very unique night for a young superstar as well, and some rumblings coming out of the Midwest. No, that's not stomach pains. That's a potential seismic move on the horizon. We'll tell you what it is and talk about it next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys, live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus, view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
If you're looking for an Affordable Care Act health insurance plan, you have good timing. It's the open enrollment period, and there's an easy way to search, Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see a list of ACA plans available to you in your area. If you have questions, or when you're ready to choose a plan, there are licensed insurance agents ready to help you apply. See how easy it can be to find your next health insurance plan at healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Jason has the XR glasses on. I think that would plug into your, if you plug that into your phone, it'll bring your phone up on your screen.
Really?
And you can watch us on YouTube if you wanted. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. Yeah, the magnetic part goes on the side of the glasses, and then that goes into your phone. Yeah. Yeah, testing out these. These are called the, I'll give them a plug, although this is, I paid for these. These are the Viture, Viture XR glasses that.
I feel like they need bigger glasses for My tank head.
Yeah, you know what? It's like it's like these would be perfect if they were like the Vision Pros, where it just like completely covers your eyes. But hey man, I'm a girl on a budget. What do you want from me? Brendan Nunes joining us in just moments. I had some NBA numbers for you, Jason Ross,
okay.
if you're okay with that.
I'm ready.
So a couple of things. Last night, Victor Wembanyama. I think this kid's got potential. Personally, I do. Last night he had well, let me bring up his thing.
Yeah, he had a 5x5.
Yeah, he did. Let me bring up his stat line, by the way. So you guys
he's going to end up as the all-time leader in this category.
100%.
Because there haven't been that many, like triple doubles, quadruple doubles are talked about a lot. This is more rare.
25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks.
Yeah.
Games with 25 or more points, 5 or more rebounds, 5 or more assists, 5 or more blocks, and 5 or more steals in the last 30 years. There have only been 2 that have done it.
Wow.
Victor Wembanyama and Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you think that's good, though, there is one player in NBA history that started his first 4 games averaging at least 24 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists on 75% true shooting. Now, only one has started his first 4 games that way. The only players in NBA history that have ever done it for any 4-game stretch are Nikola Jokic, Charles Barkley, Giannis Antetokounmpo, all first ballot Hall of Famers. Jason Ross, would you like to take a guess at the first player in NBA history to start his first 4 games averaging at least 24, 11, and 5 on 75% true shooting? Boom, 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 boom.
Domantas Sabonis?
Domantas Sabonis is the only player in history to start that, and one of only 4 guys now to ever do it at any point over a 4-game span. I will tell you this much, Jason Ross. I'm going to make a prediction right now on November 1st, 4 games into the season. If he can do that for 78 more games, he's the MVP.
Yeah.
He's the MVP of the league.
They won't give it to him.
Okay, dude, if he does that and they don't give him the MVP, I quit basketball.
You're not going to play anymore?
Done. I'm retiring.
Okay.
There's a guy who had a 37-point half earlier this year. Paolo Banchero, one of the real bright spots of the league, former number 1 pick. And I don't think we say enough that, remember, that was supposed to be, I just said Jaren Jackson Jr., which
Jabari Smith?
Jabari Smith Jr., thank you. Remember, he was the number 1 pick, the presumptive number 1 pick going into the draft. Everybody had him at number 1. Paolo Banchero on almost every draft board was number 3. We get on front offices, Vlade, all the time for screwing picks up. How about a shout out to the Magic front office for absolutely nailing that pick and going against the grain with Banchero. Unfortunately, though, they ain't going to see him for a while. He's been diagnosed with a torn right oblique. I never know. What is the oblique in the side? Yeah, was that like rib muscle or something?
Somewhere in there, right?
Torn right oblique. He is sidelined indefinitely.
That stinks.
He will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks. Wow. That's just a reevaluation. Yeah. That'd mean ready to go. And his return to play will be based on how he responds to treatment. He suffered the injury in the 4th quarter during a 102-99 loss to the Bulls. Jason, his numbers this year, obviously short sample size, but 29 points, 8.8 boards, 5.6 assists on 49.5% from the field. By the way, 29 points a game, even 4 games into the season, he is 7th in the league.
Really? Even with that 50-point game?
That's where we're at. He is 7th in the league. You're scoring leaders. There is a tie at the top. How about Nikola Jokic going for the scoring title at 31.5 points per game? That is tied with Tyrese Maxey. 30.6 for Anthony Davis, 34.4 for Giannis Antetokounmpo. You have 1, along with Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum. You have 3. You have 6 guys averaging 30 points or more per season. Incidentally, Domantas Sabonis averaging 24.3. He's 21st. And I got to bring this up, Jason Ross. Again, short sample size. I keep saying that, but my goodness gracious. How about 24.6 points on 55% shooting, 8.2 assists for Dennis Schroeder?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dennis Schroeder is having himself a year for the Brooklyn Nets so far. What a freaking start.
Someone's got to
him.
score for that team.
Yeah.
Good for him, though.
It's either him or Simmons.
Yeah.
Speaking of Giannis Antetokounmpo,
yes,
there's rumblings.
What are the rumblings about?
Rumblings are if Milwaukee takes a step back this year,
which they are right now.
They are. He go on out of there. He go on out. Is this what happens when the GMs think they're a little smarter than they are? Where hey, let's get rid of Coach Bud and let's bring in Adrian Griffin. Adrian Griffin had a good 5 minutes. Let's move on from him.
Let's trade for Lillard. Move on from Holiday.
Who's the glue of that team.
Yeah.
Now you bring in Lillard.
Part of it's probably Middleton's been injured. I still think they're an all right team, but Doc, is he not the right? It just what is it? Is it all of it in individual pieces?
Doc Rivers is the Luke Getsy of Josh McDaniels. I think. He once upon a time he
got a ring.
He does have a ring.
Are we all just hanging on to that one ring?
I think we are, and I think we're forgetting that he got that one ring with a pretty good team around him.
True. He helped them, but he also, if you're saying it's just the roster, I mean, did he not get enough from the Clippers roster?
I completely think he did not get enough from the Clippers. I think the Clippers should have, at the worst, been at least a finals team once or twice. That was Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. That was a very, very good Clippers team. Lob City was a fun team and a good team that could play defense a little bit too. I've never, and it's not just that. You don't hear there's not a lot of people that are like, Doc Rivers is a great coach. That you hear a lot of players speaking up. If Giannis Antetokounmpo were to move on, that could be the biggest trade in NBA. I mean, that's going to go down there with one of the biggest trades in NBA history. We'll take a break. When we come back, Sacktown Sports Kings insider Brendan Nunes. I'll throw that Sabonis stat out at him. I'll bet he already knows about it. We'll get to that and more next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Robinhood is introducing forecast contracts so you can trade the presidential election. Through Robinhood, you can now trade financial derivatives contracts on who will win the U.S. presidential election, Harris or Trump, and watch as contract prices react to real-time market sentiment.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Friday. It's the first day of November. You're off the door to a clear and cool start. Watch for increasing clouds through the afternoon, light winds and highs today in the upper 60s. Rain showers developing after the sun goes down tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it's cold and rainy outside, Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, stay warm and cozy with a full furnace tune-up, just $59. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free spicy chicken sandwiches from Wendy's, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, tacos, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowes.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Carmichael Dave here from my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I think the dining room table is one of the most important pieces of furniture in a home. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. The dining room is not only where families share meals prepared with love for relatives and guests, but also where the warm conversations remind us why those around our table are so important to us. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is offering more than 150 new dining tables during their in-stock dining sale. All dining room furniture is on sale, including tables, chairs, hutches, and buffets. You can choose from casual to formal and in between. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings so when that doorbell rings and your company is waiting, you can be proud to seat them around your new dining room with the distinctive pieces of furniture that you'll love for their individuality today and you'll treasure for memories you'll have for tomorrow. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Sacramento State football this Saturday at 6 versus Portland State. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Dennis in the chat says, why is nobody stoked the Kings play today? What you talking about, Dennis?
We're stoked.
We are stoked. We are JJ stoked.
One of my faves.
Just stoked. Was he the one? Did he get spit on, or did he got spit on by Romanowski? He didn't spit. He was the spattee. Right? JJ Stokes? I thought Romanowski spat on.
I think so.
Okay. Well, maybe Brendan would know. Joining us right now. Sacktown Sports, Kings Insider, Brendan Nunes. Good morning.
Morning, fellas. How's it going? I will say I don't know if I'm going to be any use for that trivia right there.
Okay. All right. Well, how about this piece of trivia that I just asked Jason Ross? Brendan, in the history of the NBA, nobody has started their year first 4 games, averaging at least 24, 11, and 5 assists on 75% true shooting. In fact, the only players to ever do it for any 4-game stretch, Nikola Jokic, Charles Barkley, and Giannis. Can you name that player?
I believe that I just heard you say that this is Domantas Sabonis.
Dang it, you were listening. All right. Well done. How about another one? There is one.
Victor Wembanyama just happened.
There is one player in the league playing with a new teammate who is so far 7 of 7 from the field and 4 of 4 from beyond the arc on passes from this player. And if you guessed that player to be Kevin Huerter and the other player to be DeMar DeRozan, you're 100% correct. They've already got great chemistry, guys, and that's where we're here. Chemistry is the word of the day, if you will. Your thoughts on the last 2 games as opposed to the first 2?
Yeah, I mean, I think that even if you look at them as a whole, that the Kings are playing pretty good basketball. Those first 2, you let it go you let some pretty big runs happen from the other team that I think kind of took you out of winnable situations, but you took care of business against Portland and Utah. I think that was an issue last year, not beating the teams you were supposed to. There's a Portland loss, there's a Charlotte loss, there's a Detroit loss. There's another one in there at least that I'm missing as well. So taking care of business and doing it convincingly where your starters aren't on the floor for the last 5 minutes. I thought in Utah they were on the floor maybe a little longer than I would have necessarily had them out there. But you win the games that you're supposed to, and I think that's going to be important in what's supposed to be a really crowded Western Conference. So the offense looks good, and you're going to play against a couple teams here on the rest of this road trip that have pretty poor offenses themselves. So as long as your defense can do enough, I think the Kings should be able to put up enough points to win at least 2 of these next 3 on the road as well.
You know, Brendan, another thing, it's very early, but I think in the sample size, that chemistry of that starting 5, something they've done this year that, again, early, but they didn't do as well last year. I think they've started games relatively well, but the third quarters have been really strong, especially the last 2. What are you seeing right now, specifically with that starting 5 that's clicking so well with this group?
Yeah, I think that starting group has always had a lot of chemistry. Obviously, now you're replacing what used to be Harrison Barnes with DeMar DeRozan, and I think that you're getting similar production on the defensive end, and offensively, obviously, there's a little bit more of a dynamic aspect that DeRozan adds with some of the off the dribble. I think it's looked very seamless offensively. The spacing, he sort of eats it up. If teams close out on him, he's able to take a dribble or so, get to his spot. I think that the offensive flow has been fairly similar to what we've seen in years prior, and there's definitely an emphasis of, if we have a lead, let's try to put this team away. And I think that we heard that after the Minnesota game, that they tried to put them away at the beginning of the third quarter. That didn't go great. Mike Conley hit a couple pretty quick threes, and all of a sudden they were right back in this game. So I think that it could also have to do with having a little bit of a shorter rotation, but it seems like they're trying to put teams away early this year, not let them hang around, and you never know what could happen. These are all NBA players when it comes down to it, no matter what team is on that other sideline. So I think it's a group that moves extremely well on and off the ball and maintains that player and ball movement pretty consistently. There's a lot of threats on that team, and Kevin Huerter really got overhated in my mind a bit last year. Like, he wasn't shooting the ball very well. I understand him getting targeted defensively, but I think that he's excelled in both of those aspects so far this year. Maybe excelled is a little kind defensively, but I think he's been active with deflections. I don't feel like the targeting is quite the same as it was last year, and his movement in the half court is just so important to the spacing of their offense, and such a threat. Even when the 3 ball wasn't going down at a great rate, he's always going to get defended like the elite shooter that he is. So I really think offensively that group is just totally rolling, and you have enough ways to spread out the responsibility on the offensive end that all these talented guys there also get to remain engaged defensively.
Brandon Nunes with us. Brandon, do you, again, I'm going to just stop saying it. I'm going to say it one more time. Everything we ask or say, we already know it's a short sample size. I just don't want to say that 50 times, but it is a short sample size. Has Mike Brown, in your opinion, figured out the Keon Ellis minutes quandary?
I want to say yes, but I, have the same preface that you don't want to do, and I don't want to do either, but we have to, that it's a short sample size, and literally 3 games ago, he wasn't in the rotation. So I'm still sort of TBD in that aspect. And I know that a lot of the reasoning, at least from the outside that I've kind of gotten of, well, he didn't look very good, this being Keon Ellis, in preseason or in that first game, to sort of demand that he stays in that spot. But my argument would be there's a larger sample size of all of last season when he was on the floor being a productive player. So I think he needs to be out there nightly. It could have been a motivation tactic of sorts. And if that was the case, I would say that Keon played really well in those 2 games. Since having that DNP, he's a guy that makes his money by being somebody that does the dirty work, the diving on the floor in one of those last 2 games over a loose ball, or he had a put-back dunk because he was just simply hustling it right before he got a steal on the possession prior. So I think he's somebody that needs to be in the nightly rotation, and I would say that Mike Brown is still in the phase of the season where he's trying to figure out what that's going to look like on a nightly basis. Like, we're still going with De'Aaron Fox being one of the first subs, but who's he going to run with in that second unit? And I think right now it's been Keon and Malik Monk, which is a little bit smaller. And I don't know if you can do that on a nightly basis based on matchups, but I do think that Keon needs to be out there every single night. And right now we're looking at about a 8-9 man rotation. And it wouldn't surprise me if we stayed there, but I still think there's some ironing out of what the ideal rotation looks like when it comes to who's playing with who nightly.
Yeah, I agree, Brendan, on that. I think that's the piece right now through the short amount of games they've played that hasn't been either figured out or, the guys that have played off the bench, that's been the most inconsistent, I think. And that's probably the next piece of involvement for this group, because the 5 metric-wise and the way they're playing, I think that looks good. But that bench group, I think Mike Brown still has to completely figure out. I know he trusts Monk, trusts Lyles, but kind of the rest of the group, I don't think they've got that figured out yet. How about you?
I would say the same. I think it really stands out to me when Domantas Sabonis is off the floor. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me right now, but their highest offensive rating is with him on the floor, and their lowest offensive rating is with him off the floor, and that's below 100. So I think that in those non-Sabonis minutes, the ball is getting a little bit stagnant. We've seen Mike Brown lean more towards Trey Lyles at that backup 5 spot to maintain some spacing and let some of the other creators be able to just do their thing a bit more, whether that's De'Aaron or Malik, kind of some of their self-creation enabled in those non-Sabonis minutes, which typically happens. They'll also play usually the entire first and entire third and sit a little bit at that start of the second, start of the fourth. And those stretches have been a little bit tough for the Kings at times. I think part of that has to do with Trey Lyles not looking particularly good right now. Now he's coming back from a groin injury, which I think could obviously hinder movement a little bit and be leading to, I think he's gotten more of the previous Kevin Huerter treatment of teams being like, give me that guy and make him defend me. So I think that Trey will end up coming around, but right now I do think that bench needs some work, and specifically the non-Sabonis minutes.
Brendan Nunes with us, Sacramento Kings insider for Sacktown Sports. I hate asking you curveball questions like this just in case you're not up to date. We wouldn't blame you, or you can absolutely lie and make up an answer. Have you heard any rumblings, any updates, anything at all about Devin Carter?
I cannot say that I've heard any updates.
Oh, make it up then.
Say that, yeah, I can give you at least a little bit of something. At the practices before they had gone on their break, before they had gone on their road trip, we'd seen him start to get some shots up. And that seems, I guess, about par for course, but also a little early in my mind for the time frame of where he's doing this. I think that, like I mentioned, Trey Lyles being a little bit slow, maybe coming back from injury. Kevin Huerter's looked great. I think this is one of those type of injuries that you can keep yourself in good shape. You can be shooting for months prior to actually being able to do 5-on-5, and we're already seeing them start that process. So I think it's encouraging. You still got a mid-January reevaluation period, and if you were able to get him back and he comes back in good form, able to produce pretty quick after he becomes available, that could be before the trade deadline. I do think there's a lot of potential variance here, with some people thinking, I don't know how much he's going to contribute the entire season. But if that mid-January reevaluation date sort of plays out and he comes back, like I mentioned, similar to the form that Huerter has kind of been in, coming back from an identical injury, really, then I think we could end up having some really interesting conversations around the trade deadline. And that's where this cluster of guards really starts to actually become an issue in my mind. So we've seen him getting some shots up recently. I think that that's a good sign. He's been able to be a little bit more involved, but still kind of circling that mid-January re-eval date.
Do we got to go. Just by the way, we don't know whose rookie Devin Carter is yet, do we?
What do you mean, who's?
We do not.
Yeah.
I feel like DeRozan is a good guess, considering that Devin's dad was DeRozan's vet.
No, yeah, you're right. Okay, that makes it great. That is 100% exactly what I'm sure it is. All right, thank you, Brendan. You can read Brendan not just on Twitter, of course. Make sure you follow him. Have those alerts on. Brendan's not a not a goofy tweeter like I am. Odds are if Brendan tweets, you're going to get
little
something
bit.
Kings related. Also read him at
Unless the Dodgers win the World Series, then I'm just unhinged.
Yeah, we're not fans. SacktownSports.com is where you can read all of his fine work as well. Brendan, thank you so much, my man. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. That is Brendan Nunes. We will pause. We'll take a quick break. Hey, still to come, everybody. It's a special Friday edition of Sean Salisbury. He's going to join us at 8:28. Greg Papa, the voice of the Niners, even though it's a bye week, will join us at 9. We got 4 down territory, locks and upsets of the week next. But what I'm looking forward to most of all, I haven't had it yet. I need a word from Gonzalez Law.
You're going to get it.
We'll take a quick break. We'll hear from Jason on that next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender in the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
All right, Gonzalez Law. Dave is right. Let me tell you about him. SackLegalDefense.com. The number is 916-304-9187. Whether it's criminal defense, sexual harassment, auto accident, wrongful termination, expungements, all sorts of things, you want to make sure you've got legal representation to help you out. And that's why I'm telling you about the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, right in downtown Sacramento. He's local. He's one of us. He's been in our community for a long, long time, and he's been very successful at his craft. Remained undefeated from 2016 through 2019 for jury trials, and his meticulous preparation, big reason why, his attitude, they've resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients, and you could be one as well. You may not know who to call. You may not be sure what to do. It's worth calling to see if the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez can help, and he is a name that you can reach. He will call you back. You'll get in contact, and you'll start the process. Again, SackLegalDefense.com, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Alrighty-o, welcome back. Alrighty-o. Friday edition. Y'all have almost made it. I know most of you still have a full day to go.
Sorry.
But hey, look, it's Friday's the best day of the week.
How many people think took today off after that, having some Halloween last night? I saw a lot of people walk in the neighborhood with their kids. That was like the little disguise they had. I'm like, oh, looks like the parents have a little tumbler there. I'm sure that's not water.
So and my kids have the day off today. Because
really?
Yeah, and because the
how great is that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think, other than Halloween falling on a Friday or Saturday,
was it like a student service day?
So you think it was like a teacher development day?
Yeah,
where
the principal's like, let's just do this.
Like they're off, and
that's exactly what it sounds like.
It's not a development day. So that's in my kids' district. My wife is now teaching she teaches at the same school as our two friends. He's a vice principal, or as I like to call him, a narc. And they don't have it off in their district. So he said that last year, the day of Halloween, they had 33 absences. And the next day they had 216. Whoa. So he expects more
with it being a Friday.
The weekend coming up. And let's be honest, I mean, the day after Halloween probably should be one of those. They should have just always scheduled one of those staff development days, because you're going to have basically a bunch of methed out kids that are coming down from the sugar high and just sleeping and not doing good stuff.
Yeah. I love here in the U.S. that we all want days off after the holiday.
Exactly.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
We're like, man, we really should have that off.
We should.
Well, the thing is, it's the Halloween's not observed as a holiday, right? You're supposed to work, you go to school on Halloween.
Yeah, we don't.
But the day after is where you need, and that's a night. That's the only thing we kind of say and do. That's
so. I've got a question
like
with that
Christmas
type
Eve.
of thinking. Yeah. Is Easter a holiday?
Well, it always falls on a Sunday.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're not getting it off.
Yeah, I think if you work, like if you have a job where you work Sundays.
What are you looking for?
Well, I just brought in 3 pens. And I don't get, where do they go? Is there some secret? It's like with the one sock in the laundry. Is there some secret
pen stealer?
Got another one. And one of them was our limited edition Sacktown Sports pens.
Limited edition.
Oh, I mean,
one of one.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah.
If you're ever looking for one, I've got my pen holder in my office.
Well, just leave the pen. I do it as a public service. It's a shared workspace. I bring in pens. I leave them for everybody else. Then I don't know who's taking them home. Somebody is literally taking home pens. Yeah, that's not one of them. No. That's your pen.
I think if we were to look in the crevices of the tables and underneath things, it would just be a treasure trove.
I agree with. As we get to 4-down territory.
There's a dog down here.
It's Penny. Real quick, so the kids trick-or-treated last night. Remember the whole daughter wanted to go to the friends and all that? Mm-hmm. Well, so we compromised, and I said, look, you're going to go trick-or-treating with your brother and your friend for an hour. And then your friends, if you want to go with your friends. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, okay. So her friends, she got the time all screwed up. Her friends still came over. And then they went, you know what, we'll go trick-or-treating with you guys too. Her friends are girlfriends, one of her girlfriends, is a super, super sweet kid, known forever. And they go trick-or-treating. And then she asks if they can leave a little bit early because the party starts at whatever. They're having a little kid party at a parent's house. And then what I didn't know is that she was staying the night over there. And I turned to Melissa. I went, that's the oldest trick in the book. You're going to a Halloween party and staying the night. So I say to her, what time are you going to be back at your friend's house? She goes, oh, no later than 10. And I go, really? Because I know for me, it's like, if I was staying the night at a friend's house and then the friend says they're staying the night at my house and then we're out all night, woohoo, having fun. And granted, my kid's not like that. I said to her, you can go early, but I want you to text and or FaceTime me when you get back to your friend's house, just so I know that you're safe. No problem, Dada. Didn't get a text or a FaceTime. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard should I come down on her today?
I don't know. The conversation needs to be had.
Conversation needs to be had. You had one job. Yeah. You had one job.
Yeah.
I'll go with it too.
Of course you would.
You asked her to do that.
I asked her to do it. And by the way, that's
really easy.
It's very easy and it's a safety. How
many times did you text her or call her?
Last night?
Yeah.
None.
So
not one.
Does she think, well, he's not that concerned?
Yeah, you're not that concerned.
No, I don't want to. The point is, I asked her to do it. I just want her to do it. I don't want to. I don't want to coax her.
Weren't you concerned?
I would. I fell asleep.
She probably was just like, why am I
Daddy?
calling him? He's asleep.
Yeah. I thought
he's got to work early tomorrow morning. I got the day off.
From the 916-10 death penalty. I don't think we'll go that
That's it. No more.
No more. This is never happening again. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out.
And this is the time.
4-down territory starts right now. Bum, 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 bum. Christopher Live.
What is your lock of the week in the NFL?
Lock it up.
Lock of the week. It's my lock of the week. Oh, yeah, my lock. You know what? They were my upset of the week last week. I'm going to make them my lock of the week this week. Not them, the other team. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals at home over the Las Vegas Raiders. I think the Raiders are, hopefully, for their sake, moving towards draft picks.
Tankathon.
Yeah, tankathon. That's the way it works. Tanking works in the NFL.
And I don't even think they're trying.
I do. I don't. I think it's just it's a natural tank.
It's a gift.
Yeah, give me that, please.
I'm going to go with the inspiration of the Hail Mary last week, carrying over for the Commanders, who are just a good football team. And they play the Giants, who are not a good football team. It's not a big spread. They're on the road, but I'll take the Commanders as my lock of the week.
It's a great pick.
Thank you.
Christopher Lott, second down.
What is your upset of the week in the NFL?
I'm going to take inspiration from last week's Hail Mary against the Redskins. Excuse me, the Commanders. It's the second time I've done that today. And the Bears on the road against the Cardinals over a little revenge. Let's see if the Cardinals are paper tigers, if you will. That's just a 1.5-point spread for Arizona, but give me Chicago in the minor upset.
Okay, this one may not make a lot of sense. It might make sense. I'm going to do a little reach. They lost last week.
Yeah.
They've been getting crushed kind of for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And they have to win. I think they're a decent football team that hasn't quite figured it out. How about them Cowboys?
Whoa.
Cowboys on the road in Dave's favorite city, Atlanta.
Love Atlanta. Oh, it's
what's
great.
Atlanta favored by?
Atlanta is favored by 3.
So not the largest upset of the week, but we'll go with the Cowboys. Desperate Cowboys getting a win this week.
Desperate Cowboys is a great movie. It's
starring Fred Dreyer.
Fred Dreyer and
Fred Dreyer and his oddball companion Martin Short.
Fred Dreyer and Martin Short is fantastic.
Cowboys.
Also,
your cast?
a special guest, Estelle Getty.
Yes.
And Judd Hirsch also in the movie. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, he's the sheriff.
The third down.
Which NFL game would you most like to attend this week?
Give me, you know what? Let's go to Lambeau Field.
Yep.
Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, divisional battle, 6-1, 6-2. Jordan Love thinks he's playing, and it's Lambeau. You can get it. Tickets, Jason, as low as $150.
Okay.
Let's go. That's less than an Eagles concert.
You know what? I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Going to
Let's
Lambeau
go.
together. I'm going to wear a cheesehead. I'm not even a Packer fan or a Lion fan.
No.
But I'm going to wear a cheesehead just because I want to fit in.
You know what? I think I would. I would. I would do that. I would do that. Fourth down, please. I'm with you on that.
Which college football game would you most like to attend this week?
Ooh.
There are some interesting ones, Jason. I don't mean to take what yours would be, but let me just roll through it. So you've got the obvious one, I think, is number 4 Ohio State at number 3 Penn State. But hold on a second.
Wait a minute, fella.
You got Air Force and Army. It's not going to be a great game, but I love those military battles. Oregon at Michigan. Number 1 Oregon versus Michigan. That's just going to be a fun atmosphere. How about an SEC duel? Florida visiting number 2 Georgia. Again, not necessarily the game, just the atmosphere. A&M at South Carolina. I'm going to have to go with the first instinct, though. Give me number 4 Ohio State, number 3 Penn State, Beaver Stadium and University Park. Let's go.
Surprised you didn't take Portland State, Sac State.
Honestly, I'm going to be there anyways.
Yes.
So
we can sit next to each other.
Yeah, Chris is going. It's just like the cruise you guys take.
Yeah, we're actually sitting together.
Yeah. You could have taken the Bears and the Aggies across the causeway.
I figured because we're doing fight night tonight.
Oh, yeah. You and Coach Flower hanging out watching boxing.
Plus, what if they – I don't want to go anyways because what if that's the week they lose and then it's my fault? You know what I'm saying? Don't mess with the winning streak.
Yeah. All right. We'll meet up at Lambeau because I'm going to go to the big house. No, I want to see number 1 Oregon in Michigan. I just like the big house. You might be at the better game.
At the big house. Might be the better game.
Where Ducks and Wolverine
play football games. We'll take a break.
I'm a Duck.
And I'm a Wolverine.
All right, those that get it, you're welcome.
Yep, those that get it, you're welcome. If you don't, sorry. Sean Salisbury, he gets it. He knows the football, and he will join us for a special Friday edition of Sean Salisbury next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota and go apple picking. Go to a football game. Go ghost hunting. Or not. This fall, get a low lease on the sporty 2024 Corolla
adventure-ready RAV4 Hybrid, rugged Tacoma, and even the new all-hybrid 2025 Camry.
Grab the keys, come on, let's go.
Toyota, let's go places. Offer available to TFS buyers with premium rated credit until 11/4/24.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body?
Huh?
That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $500 on select LG major appliances. And get holiday inflatables for under $20. Because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 10/24 through 11/5. Applies to select LG major appliances only. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items. While supplies last.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
It's been estimated that we lose more than 400 million golf balls globally every year. Hitting it in the fairway is a great way to prevent lost balls, but Golf Magazine's Josh Sen says, we can do better, people. First, play the right tees. The architect designed the placement of hazards for different handicaps. Second, find a reference point. Pick a tree, a shack, or a path where the shot was headed, and keep it locked as you head off the tee. Third, maybe use a highly visible ball. You've got a better crack at tracking your ball if it's the color of a lemon or a tangerine. And anecdotal evidence suggests there's something freeing about knocking around a cartoonishly colored golf ball. 4, do not look away in disgust. A natural reaction to a slice or duck hook is to turn away. As hard as it is to find an errant shot, it's even tougher if you don't know where to look. And finally, be a good scout. Instead of fiddling with your phone, keep an eye on your partner's shots. The more time you spend watching, the less time you spend looking. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Ah, yes. Everyone around the world says the same thing. Doesn't matter when you get him. You can get yourself a nice, sexy slice of Sean Salisbury. You'll take him any freaking day of the week as he joins us right now for a special, very special post-Halloween edition of the Sean Salisbury Show. Good morning, buddy.
How you guys doing today?
Great. We're doing good. You know what, though? I'll tell you, Sean, first couple hours of this show, I was running all over the place, man. I'm a little tired. I'm thinking of tapping out of the show because I am tired. That might be fine for a radio host. I said when we were going to have you on Tuesday, I don't know which way you're going to go on this one. Usually I can peg your responses. I don't know how Anthony Richardson tapping out is going to play with you. So I've been waiting all week to ask you your thoughts.
I think you should know. Hopefully you're being
I think, okay, before you answer, my gut instinct says 100% that you're going to say, you don't do that, you just lost the locker room. The only reason I reserve judgment, Sean, to be honest, I'm overthinking it, is that this could also be you were a quarterback, you played under center, and it could be one of those things where it's like, guys, unless you've been there, you don't know what the F you're talking about when you judge somebody. So that's the only reason I was wavering.
Well, I can tell you this, and I go on in Indy every week. I think Anthony Richardson, from all accounts, I've talked to coaches from his past, is a good guy, a hell of an athlete. I mean, it's supremely talented. He walk into a gym in street clothes and dunk a basketball standing flat-footed. He can throw the ball a country mile. He can, do all. He's a big physical guy, and he's explosive talent. The problem is he can throw it through a car wash without getting it wet, but he can't hit the car wash. So that's one thing with his inaccuracy is almost unprecedented right now. He's got a lot to learn, but you can coach him up. I don't know if you'll ever be able to coach up big-time accuracy that goes from 48% to 70%, but he's an enormous talent, and that's the teaser. But he misses too many throws. But I can tell you this, with as inaccurate as he is, and I don't care if it is radio or quarterback play, especially quarterback play, he may have to work a lot longer to overcome one play where he tapped out than he would a 47% completion percentage guy. I have talked about a half a dozen guys, more current people in the business, a Hall of Fame, a second Hall of Famer. I said, what would you do? They said, you can't. And I feel the same way. And listen, it's not a pat on the back. I've been through games. I remember playing in Pittsburgh from the opening snap. You got hit in the mouth, and it was going to be one of those days in Three Rivers where the entire game you got your brains beat in. And guess what you can't do?
Tap out.
Unless you're hurt, injured, you can't tap out. And from that game, I'll never forget it. Chad Brown, and the first hit in Three Rivers Stadium, we threw a 3-step hitch route. 3-step, quick game. You're never supposed to get hit in a quick game. Threw a hitch route. Chad Brown hit me so hard about put my doggone nose through the back of my head. And he was laying on top of me, and I look up at him. He looks at, this was literally the first play from scrimmage. And he said, and it was cold and miserable in Three Rivers, those great fans there. It was real football. And he looked at me, he said, Sals, I'm going to be here all day. And I said, and I'm not going anywhere. So it was one of those, and I love him, but it was one of those. And I think that you could throw 5 picks, and tapping out loses more respect than that. Now, it'll take a while to get it back. He's young and inexperienced. Well, you can't make that excuse, because what about the 300-pounder who's getting leaned on by, the Aaron Donald? You try to block him all day, or you got to block when was at his best, or you had to deal with Watt at his best, or Reggie White on Gary Zimmerman or Randall McDaniel. Can you imagine with 1:30 to go say, I need you guys for one more play, and they're looking like, are you out of your damn mind? He's been beating my brains in for 70 plays, and you tapped out because you were tired? Yeah, no. And I loved Richardson's honesty, but I hated it too. I never encourage anybody to lie. As a quarterback, you're held to a different standard. You got to lie. Those receivers are running routes, fullbacks and move H-back, the running backs taking hit after hit after hit, and lie to us in the press conference. Say your shoulder bothered you. You need to go in and get it checked. You were a little concerned. Your hammy was twinged. Don't ever say you tapped out. Think about watch a boxing match. Watch a UFC match. Ask, what if the right guard checked out and he's your best, Quentin Nelson in Indy or whoever? If Trent Williams said, you know what, man, I can't go. I'm a little tired, a little winded. No. Can't do it, brother. We just don't, especially a quarterback, when you got a red jersey on all year, practice field, can't do it. So this is a long answer for an easy question. Unequipped. When it happened, I'm like, he better be hurt. I swear to you, I'm watching thinking, is he hurt? What are you doing? And I understand he wasn't out long. You just can't tap out when you're healthy. Lie to us and tell us it was something else.
Fake a concussion, something, right?
Yeah. Not even that. I don't even like, because that's bad karma. The concussion thing, that's the bad karma. Yeah, I faked the concussion. Next thing you know, you're sitting in the training room with a concussion.
Good point.
Hey, man, my shoulder, I felt I landed on her. I don't know what happened. It didn't look right. It doesn't feel right. And then get your ass back in there. But don't ever tap out because you're tired.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Inexcusable, unacceptable, and hard to get back once you've lost it. And I got news for you. I know that the performance is the reason he's not starting this week, but don't kid yourself. It made it a lot easier knowing that Flacco wouldn't have tapped out, and he's a guy who's as old as Methuselah and still playing his ass off. So there you go.
Yeah, Sean, I think you're right. I mean, they're better with Flacco right now. I think that's a big part of why they do it. But on the other side, how do you – if you're Indianapolis, he's still a huge investment. He was that high of a draft pick, and they probably still think has a bright future. How do you develop a guy like that needs development while he's not going to play?
Work with him. He comes in on an off day or on a Wednesday after practice. I know when I was young in the league, I say you'd stay after practice and throw routes to a scout team guy or to the practice squad guy, or Chris Carter would want to stay out longer, or AC or Steve Jordan, or I'd ask them 15 more minutes, ask the coach to stick around practice 15 more, or whatever it is, get there, whatever. I know you don't work on mechanics during the season. They're putting game plans in. You make time. Do you want to be average? Do you want to be good? Do you want to be great? You want to say whatever it is, and he's got his abilities through the roof. And I'll be honest with you, guys, I'm not concerned about his feelings, because if I drafted you with the 4th pick of the first round, and I've done my due diligence, and I'm worried that you're going to lose confidence because we benched you in the infancy of your career, then I shouldn't have drafted you there anyway, because it may not be the last time you get benched. You're going to go through a boatload of adversity throughout your career. If you're telling me, if I got to worry about his fragility of his personality, his second year of his career, and it's a young career, and he's got a great future, he needs to go to work. But I can't take into account, what if he loses confidence? Well, you keep him out there and he keeps throwing for 40% and tapping out, he's going to lose far more confidence, not just him, but his teammates are as well. So he needs to be on the bench. Flacco gives you a better chance to win. But he's a kid. He's in his early 20s. Go to work, get ready, and be prepared when it calls on you again, because it will, and then you take advantage of it. But I can't worry about his feelings. I got 50 other guys on the field that I'm not giving them the best chance because I'm worried. Two things I don't believe in is the feel-good business, where if one player's, I can't bench him, he's a fragile personality, or he's a first-round draft pick, and the Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't really care if you're a Hall of Famer to be, you're 38. If you're not performing, you can come sit by me and hand out Gatorade just as good as the rookie can. So I'll give you your Lifetime Achievement Award when your career's over, or you're a first-round pick. We'll hopefully get the most out of you we can. Right now, I got a full organization I got to be accountable for, and you just ain't getting it done. And that's going on with the offensive line here in Houston. I don't really care where you're drafted or what you're making. If you're not going to show up and protect your quarterback from 8 sacks on national TV, then your ass might need to be over there giving Gatorade to the guy who will.
Sean Salisbury joining us. Sean, I do know for a fact where you're going to land on this one, and I'm really more interested in solutions because once again, the ghost of Deshaun Jackson reared its ugly head last night, Thursday Night Football. His first NFL carry, and Malachi Corley does the old drop before the goal line. Thank God for Garrett Wilson's jump man catch. Thank God the Jets, in a game they had to have, won the game. And I was saying earlier, Sean, you have coached you have coached football. You work with young players. Why do we not have every coach in the entire football world say, hey, look, I don't even want you dropping it 5 yards in the end zone. You want to spike it. You want to celebrate. You want to do whatever. You do it past that white line in the back of the end zone. I see anybody dropping the ball. I don't care if it's in the middle of the end zone. You're running till you puke. This happened in college football last week as well. Can we figure this out and stop this thing?
Yeah, hit them in their wallet. Fine their ass with whichever, the maximum fine that you can fine a guy for the CBA, whatever it is. Think about it now. Remember, that kid in high school or in college, or like when Tiki Barber was having a fumbling problem and he just carried the ball around with, we joke about that. I may have to put a ball in your hand, but it's not even a forced fumble. But we do that to teach a kid, you learn how to grip this ball. Well, in those cases with these guys who it's an unforced error, you're dropping it because it's, number one, as selfish as it can get. Number two, it's look at me, not look at the team, because you're trying to prove to people just what a cool dude you are, that you can drop the ball just as you cross to show them that you're real, right? And then third, it's just so disrespectful and so low IQ. It's as low IQ of football as there is, and it's so selfish. You know what I tell them? First off, one, in the funny way, which is not funny because it could have cost them a game and they were fortunate to get the call their way, is treat it like you tell a kid to run the 40-yard dash for the combine. You don't run to the line, you run through the line. I would say the end zone is the back of the end zone. If that ball leaves your hands before you get to the back of the end zone on a run in, then you come over and see me and you're going to sit down next to me. And then bring the ball you scored with to me.
Yes.
That's how I'm going to, you don't let that, you bring that ball to the coach on the sideline. And then you come over here and celebrate with your teammates on the sideline. Until you prove to me that that your IQ is above a brick when it comes to football IQ, then do me a favor. Come bring that ball to me and we'll celebrate over here. Once you've proven that you would, like we drafted you, you're a high IQ guy, you're a good character guy, you're a good player, then and only then you can get 5 yards deep and drop it. As I'm being a bit facetious, there's got to be something. First off, it's on the athlete. And don't enable him if you're the coach. You just can't let it go, oh, unfortunate mistake. That's not a mistake. That's a thought process. That's a concentrated, I'm going to show him how cool I am on my first touchdown. Then I'm just going to drop it at the goal line. And don't tell me you didn't know where the goal line was on your first touchdown. You know where you'd crawl 10 miles over broken glass to get your first score. So it chaps my ass because it's so selfish that you're saying, look at me. Have you ever noticed it's never Barry Sanders?
Right.
It's not Marcus Allen.
Yep.
It's not the guys who've been in there all the time. It's always the guy who has to say, it's the same guy who goes and celebrates before the Hail Mary throw. That kind, who celebrates because he wants to taunt the crowd, and then the ball happens to find you and hits your hands and ends up with a loss for Chicago. Is there anything more selfish than the look at me thing? It's such a low IQ, selfish approach. I would make him as the coach, honest to God, deliver the ball to me on the sidelines. If it leaves your hand, you're not playing the rest of the game. I know that's a bit overbearing. I'm being a bit tongue-in-cheek, but you got to find a way not to be that selfish. That's not why we drafted you.
Crawling over broken glass just for his first score. Sounds like me in high school, Sean.
Yeah, wouldn't we all? So when they say, well, I didn't know where the end zone was. Sure you didn't. Sure you didn't. You knew where the end zone was when you were 4, dude, so we all did. And then to do that, it's like, and then inevitably they get bailed out and we don't talk about it. But like, if you're the coach and you're running, you just can't happen. And you're looking around saying, really, again? Don't you watch TV every week, and why are we doing this? You're going to have all the time in the world to celebrate and leap into just do it with the ball in your hands, okay? Celebrate with the ball in your hands. Give it to a teammate once you're in the end zone. Don't do that. It's just dumb, and they've been around football too long to have that kind of low IQ football IQ on game day. They really have. All of us have.
Okay, just to be clear, we got back to football.
Yes, exactly. I got you.
The whole teammate. I got you. Sean, have a great weekend. You're
all. You guys, hey, thanks. I'm in a good mood. It's Friday. You got me pissed off the guys can't block. You got me pissed off that a guy tapping out. And you got me pissed off that a guy almost cost the team a victory that wasn't even my team. Great to talk to you, too. I can't wait till Vince Lombardi comes out of the grave and him and I talk. Thanks.
That's what happens when you come on Fridays instead of Tuesdays, dude.
Hey, thanks for the punishment for me being late. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
See you, brother.
Thanks, Sean.
Take care. It's Sean Salisbury.
I think he really is here.
I think he is, too. Those were all assists to his blood pressure right there. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? And we've got not 1, but 2, 3 in the keys. That's 6 in the key.
That's way too long.
That's way even international rules. You can't do that. We'll talk about all that next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports at SacktownSports.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Now that fall is here, now is the perfect time to head to Stockton and check out a new Mercedes-Benz. I had the opportunity just last week to drive an all-new S-Class 550, and let me tell you, it was a sweet ride. The moment I hopped in, I felt like I was in a world of luxury. From the steering wheel to the seat cooling and even the power of the engine, I was impressed. And then, of course, when I hopped into my Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV, I felt the same thing. So hurry in and take advantage of the Mercedes-Benz incentive bonuses up to $15,000. And they have tons of pre-owned vehicles as well, including C-Class sedans, GLC SUVs, and a whole lot more. Take it from me, you won't be disappointed. So take the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online at mbofstockton.com.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat? I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? 'Cause I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. And participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
What kind of question is that?
Oh, not Campeo Silva on our chat line. He says, Carmichael Dave, it's been over since we talked about food. I'm pretty sure he meant to say it's been over like an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, he was trying to do a snarky text and it kind of backfired. Come on, dude. Proofread. Proofread, brother. If you're going to talk crap, proofread. Jeez. Who's hot?
Devin Booker.
You enjoy this, Chris.
Last night in the Suns 125-119, 21-point comeback win over the Clippers. Booker scored 40 points, had 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and was 5 of 9 from 3.
Whatever. Still got a punchable face.
Why is that, Dave?
I don't know. I don't know.
He loves Booker. You don't like Booker.
I don't know why. Why do you love Booker? Oh, you're joking.
No,
he loves Booker.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
He's Mexican. We've got Devin Booker and Jaime Jaquez.
Oh, Jaime Jaquez.
What is what's Paulo Banchero, Brazilian?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Does Spain count? Or just Mexican? Like, are you more likely to root for a Spanish player than player X?
No.
So it's just Mexico.
Well, there's only 2 of them.
Just saying.
In the entire league.
Well,
the only one it wasn't was Nahara. Couldn't do it.
I thought Nahara was Native American. No,
he's from Mexico.
Oh. I just always thought he was Native American.
Eduardo Nahara.
I mean, I know, I understand the name. I don't see it. Hey, I don't see ethnicity. I just root for the ball. Ball is ball, man. I couldn't live in Chris's world.
Yeah, because there's like 100 white people in the league.
100?
At least.
That's probably about 100. Yeah. Who's not?
Damian Lillard. Last night, he scored only 2 points, was 1 of 12 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3, and scored only 4 points in the Bucks 122-99 loss to the Grizzlies. Dame is also shooting only 18% from 3 over the last 4 games.
More like Lamey and Dillard. Lame Dollar. Or excuse me, Lame Dollar.
It was okay.
Lamey and Dillard. I really like Damian Lillard. I can't.
I wish he was a King.
Me too. If only we had a chance. Who was it we grabbed? Was that the Jimmer year?
No, it's worse. Worse than the Jimmer draft.
Zebra on the chat just said poor Dame with 3 raindrop emojis. That has a whole different meaning. That's not the emojis I would have picked.
Blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the rain. Blame it on
the Dame.
What was the nice? What was the thing that we kept saying sounded like blame it on the rain, and we'd sing it that way? Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember. By the way, there's an update. My daughter finally, I texted her. She texted me back. Remember, I let her go to her friend's house. They had the day off, and she didn't. I told her to text me when she got back. I said, hey, I have a trivia. This is hello, daughter. I have a fun trivia question. Are you ready? She goes, okay, then. LOL. I said, what little girl, after her dad specifically bent his rules and let her go to her friend's house early, did not do the one thing he asked her to do? She even put capital A colon like answer me because I was dumb and my phone died.
Well, see, there you go.
Oh, yeah, because no other phone. She couldn't have used any other phone. Couldn't have used her friend's phone. Couldn't have plugged her phone in.
Does she have your number memorized?
Yes, she does.
Oh.
Both of them do. They have had our phone numbers and our addresses.
If a weird number was calling you, would you accept or
no? A text. A text would have been fine. A text would have been just fine.
How many times would you go out without ever telling your parents?
A lot. A lot. And you know what I did? Drugs and other things at that age.
Something worse than drugs?
Could have been. I got lucky. I only have 2 kids that I know of. But yes, my daughter is not me. She is a much better version of me. But still. So
you're trying to get the things that she didn't like about you as a kid out of your kid.
Yes, that's correct. That is incredibly and accurately insightful, Christopher. All right, let's yeah. You said it, not me. It's the 6 and the key.
Yeah.
Game 1 starts right now.
Okay.
Ross.
Today is a revenge game of sorts for Kevin Herter.
That's right.
Back to Atlanta.
Red Velvet Revenge.
Dave, how many points for Kevin Herter today?
Give me 17.
Okay, I've got 14. Chris?
I'll take 11.
Okay. The bench has been struggling a little bit, so we want the total points from the Sacramento Kings bench tonight.
I don't know. What's like a normal number for them? I'll say bench points. Give me 31.
Okay, I have 27.
33.
Okay. Random stat for tonight's Kings-Hawks game.
I will say, I'm not going to get too specific, but I will say there will be a buzzer-beating shot.
Okay, that's allowed.
By one of the teams, but there will be a buzzer-beating shot.
We're not talking shot clock. We're talking quarter.
Quarter, yeah, 100%.
Buzzer-beating shot. I'm going to say McDermott's going to have 3 or more 3-pointers. Dougie McBuckets. Chris?
Sabonis and DeRozan will combine for 4 or more threes.
Oh.
Rosen, DeBonus.
4 or more threes. Okay.
Okay, all right.
That's the first game.
How about
we got to do it again?
Toronto, where MC Snow is from.
It's a DeMar DeRozan revenge game.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the total points for DeMar versus his old team.
28.
Okay, I got 24.
26.
All right, we're all over that. It is also Davion Mitchell. We're going to call it versus Keon Ellis. So points for Davion compared to Ellis.
You mean like how many points?
So like 10 and 6.
Oh, okay. I will say.
We'll start with Davion's first and then Keon.
Give me 6 and 6.
6 and 6. I'm going to have 14 for Davion, 4 for Keon.
Wow.
I'm going to have 4 for Davion, 8 for Ellis.
Okay, and then a random stat.
Random stat. De'Aaron Fox. Dunk, but it's going to be like a lame dunk where it's like he dunks it, but it's just kind of one of them layup dunks. You know what I'm talking about? Does that make sense? There'll be a breakaway, and then he'll just kind of do like a little 2-hand floof. A 2-hand floof.
Floof dunk. I'm going to say the Kings are going to have a double-digit comeback win. We'll be down by double
I
figures.
hope you are right.
Yeah, Chris.
Ellis and Mitchell will combine for 6 or more steals.
Got it.
Okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, the voice, or as it says here, I believe we're doing Italian, the voce.
Yeah, it was,
A 49. Greg Papa joins us next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. You get the idea. And now get yours with $1 any size soft drink. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on 2 wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1. At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Rob Thomas has special intimate performance.
I don't wanna be lonely no more. I don't wanna have to pay for this.
Benefiting Sidewalk Angels Foundation. One night only, Saturday, November 16th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Rob Thomas, live. Tickets now. Visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
Sacramento State football this Saturday at 6 versus Portland State. Get your tickets at HornetSports.com.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sacktown Sports 1140.
San Francisco!
He has nearly 40 years of broadcasting in Northern California. The voice of the San Francisco 49ers, Greg Papa. Sponsored by Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard of the public adjusting industry.
That's right. It is time to check in with Greg Papa, the voice of your San Francisco 49ers each and every Friday here at 9 o'clock on Sacktown Sports. Greg, it's bye week time. I know when we talked to you last week, you had talked about, I think your hopes were to go to L.A. and go to Game 6 tonight. Unfortunately, that's not happening. What are the bye week plans for you?
Still figuring it out, but I'd be in L.A. right now. I'm going to Dodger Stadium tonight for a 5:08 first pitch. How great would that have been? And then A lot like the Niners didn't have just unmitigated disaster like the Yankee fifth inning, but it tells you when you get on that stage of the Super Bowl or the World Series, you just behave differently. I mean, Aaron Judge, you ever seen him drop a ball like that? I mean, obviously Anthony Volpe in the throw to third, and then why didn't Garrett Cole cover first base? But I'm sure you guys have been, we've just been kind of in a fog here the last day plus that the Dodgers won the World Series, but
yeah.
We'll watch football all day Sunday. I love when the Niners do have a bye week. We have time to watch the Jets and their riveting performance last night, getting off the deck, and Gary Wilson had a big game. And watch college football, and then check out the NFL on Sunday, and then get an early look at Tampa. They're actually playing a Monday night game this week at Arrowhead against the Chiefs. So finally, the scheduling gods like the 49ers this week. It's 4 teams were playing off byes this year, 4 teams last year. The biggest minus of any team in football as far as days of rest going into a game versus your opponent. And this one time, Tampa Bay's got to play a road game on Monday night and then come home and play us on Sunday. So the Niners do get an advantage in this game.
Greg Papa with us. What do we talk in the media, and obviously you're different. You're part of the team, but the people like me look at the bye week, look at the time of year, and think, hey, this is John Lynch time. This is where I'm looking at John Lynch, a poster on the wall. I'm looking for him to be in action. Where's the cavalry? But you know what's not really talked about a lot, Greg, and maybe because it's not a thing, I don't know. That's got to weigh a little bit on the locker room too, knowing that, we might be bringing in the cavalry, but that also might mean somebody might be going. Is that something that in your experience affects the locker room a little bit?
But can other teams where you have a limited roster, baseball's got a 26-man roster now, and the NBA 15, you make a trade, and somebody's got to be removed from the roster. And that you could make a player-for-player trade in the NFL, but typically they're draft picks for players or swapping of picks. And then on top of the 53-man roster, Dave, you also have in the case of the Niners, because of an international player, they have a 17-person practice squad. So you can acquire bodies and then move people, at the very back end of the practice squad off to move others from the roster of the practice squad. So it's not quite like that. It's more looking at, are we going to bring in some people that are going to help us win? And last year, the Niners made 2 trades in October, one early in October. I think it was the 5th to get Randy Gregory. And last year, the deadline was actually on the Tuesday of the Niner bye week going into the bye, and it was also Halloween. And John made the deal to get Chase Young here for the remainder of the year, and he wound up playing mediocre, and then he got a big sack in the Super Bowl. I think, and I just saw John Tuesday. We had a long sit-down interview. Hopefully you guys get that on NBC Sports show called Game Plan. Did John this week and not Kyle with the bye week, and we talked about it. I get he's going to stay around. He's not leaving town for the bye week. He's got one more child at home. But they're going to, I think the way they view, and they may make a trade between now and Tuesday at 1 o'clock day, but I think they really do view the IR list as their mid-season acquisitions. And take a look at that IR list. The Niners have so many players on IR, and they're some of their best players. Obviously, Dre Greenlaw on defense, Jake Moody on special teams. Well, Jake's not on the IR because he's not going to have to miss 4 games, but and Dre's on the physically unable to perform list, the PUP list. But the big one I'm getting to is Christian McCaffrey. And I think all indications, and while the team is away, almost the whole roster on bye, the Niners have something called the Mine, which is the players that are rehabbing from injuries, some practice squad players that need extra work. And if you are rehabbing or getting treatment, even during the bye week, you got to stay in the Bay Area, stay in Santa Clara. So Christian's going to work out all week with the Mine and begin to ramp up his workouts now. So hopefully he will not have a setback. But I think, in Talanoa, Hufanga with a wrist injury, he's going to come back and maybe play with Dak Gross-Matos on the D line and John Feliciano on the O line. I think he'll come back at some point. But the big expectation is on Monday, when the Niners have a bonus practice, is that Christian McCaffrey will practice with his teammates on Monday.
That's exciting. And so when you guys go to Tampa, he's been traveling with you guys, but your thought, Greg, is that he Does he play then? You think he'll be ready to go and cleared to play next week?
Yeah, I mean, that'll be. We caught glimpses of him working out on side fields, and he's explosive. He looks like McCaffrey. Just the way he runs option routes over the middle is just no one like him. And he's such a hard worker. I thought Nick Bosa was the hardest working athlete, or Steph Curry I've ever been around. And then McCaffrey's just maniacal about it. But he's got to be careful. Part of the reason he's in this situation, he overextended himself a little bit. And then the Achilles tendonitis went from one leg to the other. And so he's got to be careful. They know what they're doing there. Dustin Perry and Dustin Little and the performance staff are experts on it. They monitor everything you do. They put a catapult system, which is like a GPS system, and they monitor how fast he's running or not fast, and the cuts. They can tell everything. So if he does come back and practice on Monday, that's a bonus practice. That'll be a little shorter. Then we'll see next week. Wednesday is installation day when they get ready for Tampa Bay and Vita Vea and their defense. And then Thursday's a padded practice. So if his body can come through all that and he looks good going into the Friday practice, and then obviously when we fly on Friday, then there's a good chance he will play in the game. Greg
Papa with us. Now, I'm going to ask you, based on years past, am I, the kids say they call it copium. Am I being a little too hopeful thinking this team's in a very similar spot to years past where they have gotten healthy, loaded up by trade, done whatever to overcome that slow start and get themselves to the NFC Championship game, get themselves to a Super Bowl? Am I being a little optimistic there? Do you think it's a similar spot, or do you think this is a little bit different, maybe in a negative way compared to years past?
I think you're being a realist. It's not optimistic or pessimistic. It's real. And that's what I know. Kyle, before the team left on Tuesday afternoon, he showed them the numbers, what the team's record's been in recent years at the bye, and what their record was coming out of the bye. And the last 2 years, they've gone 16-2 out of the bye. Last year into the bye, they were 5-3, but it was not a great 5-3. If you remember, they won 5 in a row. They lost 3 in a row, at Cleveland, at Minnesota, and then Cincinnati. They looked dog tired. Then they made the trade to get Chase Young, and they were 5-3, came out of the bye and rolled all over Jacksonville, the trip to Florida. A lot like they got coming out of the bye this year, going to Tampa Bay. So no, I think you're there. Then the year before, they traded for McCaffrey, and when they lost that first game with him, they were 3-4. Then they won 10 in a row to close the year. They didn't lose another game. So it's all there for them, but they got to tighten up. Let's be realists. They have the talent. The 2 guys are not coming back. Brandon Ayuk is not coming back. Javon Hargrave is not coming back until the very end. If you're fortunate to wiggle your way into the championship game or the Super Bowl, he could maybe play in those games, but not before. So those 2 guys are not coming back. That's your free technique, your run stuff, where you do everything on the D line. Javon Hargrave, the grave digger. Then you got Ayuk, who's your X wide receiver. They got other receivers, but they don't have a pure X like Ayuk is, as far as ability to block and beat man coverage and yak after the whole thing. That's why he got paid what he got paid. So, but beyond that, you're getting a lot of great players back. And I think the key to it, Dave, really is the Achilles guys. But what is Christian McCaffrey going to be like when he comes back? If he's like what he was last year and the half a year we had him the year before, then this offense takes on a whole different dimension. They're still racking up yards, well over 400 yards a game. They're second in the NFL in yards, but they're only 8th in points because of the red zone. And they've been okay on third down. McCaffrey makes them great on third down in the red zone. And then the other Achilles injury, and it dates back to the Super Bowl, obviously, is Dre Greenlaw. And when will he come back? What will he look like when he comes back? If there's one area of weakness on the team, it's the linebacker level has been picked on a little bit. Devondre Campbell played a great game, though, Sunday night last week against Dallas. Best game as a Niner by far. But getting Dre Greenlaw back to take a lot of those nickel snaps from him, and then when you're in the base, you'd have him and Dre and Fred. So I think, realistic, optimistic, pessimistic. What do we expect from Christian McCaffrey and Dre Greenlaw when they come back?
Yeah, I think that's it, Greg, because I agree. I think the McCaffrey part will tighten up some of the red zone. Just a lot of things. They got so many things they can still go to. I guess defensively would be my thought. I know Greenlaw will help, but even overall, whether it was the Rams game that they gave back, the Cardinals game, and, Dallas, it was kind of going that way again, even though it felt a little bit more comfortable. It was a little bizarre that it got that close, but where's the slippage there that's allowing teams kind of back in these games?
Well, they're busting. They're just flat out busting. The Dallas game was Dallas going there to a no huddle on the goal line, and the Niners having to get the play call in right away, and only one side of the field heard man, the other side of the field heard zone. I don't know how they misheard it, but nobody picked up CeeDee Lamb. He just ran across the field. The second time he scored, Jair Brown, a safety, came down because they motioned their tight end, Ferguson, to that side behind CD, and by coming down, Jair Brown inadvertently ran up the back of Renardo Green and knocked him down, and they got two Niners on the ground, and CD Lamb's uncovered in the end zone, so you had two busts in the secondary. The one area that's a bit of a concern is the secondary's playing well, and we'll see, on a really heavy Charvarius Mooney Man Ward lost his daughter on Monday morning after that game.
That was my next question.
Is he going to play? Is he, where's he at? I mean, that's just so heavy, and it's beyond football and whatever time he needs. But he's a key cog. We actually wondered about them trading him between now and Tuesday, which I think has got to be off the table in light of his personal anxiety and anguish he's going through. So, but they're young in the secondary. Renardo Green is now starting in the nickel. Malik Mustafa starts. Jair Brown's been starting, and he's a first-year starter and a young guy. So, you worry about just busts where you can't run into each other and you can't miss a line and not know the call and just give in walking touchdowns. They can't do that. And then the special teams, a lot of those losses, the Ram one, I pin on the fake punt on 4th and 6. And they should have been punt safe. They should have just left their defense on the field. And they've been doing that now consistently since, but they just got caught that one time and it flipped that whole game. But you're giving up a lot of punt return yards, and kickoff return yards, and Jake Moody's ability as a kickoff guy has been missed. How deep he kicks the ball. Matthew Wright and Anders Carlson did fine as placements. They had one block, then an extra point, one got hooked, but the kickoff depth was short. Now the Dallas game they played great, against Cavante Turpin. So I think the special teams and all of their miscues for almost the entire year, the two good games they played was the first one and the most recent one, the Jet game and the Dallas game. Every other game in between, they committed a terrible act, and many of them multiple, would cost you games. So I think, just tightening up special teams, getting Jake back, getting Mitch healthy. Wisnowski's been punting all year with a bad back going back to training camp. And then, it's great to have you to get a lot of speed, tenacity. These guys tackle. Mustafa tackles everything. But you are a little concerned about being too young in the secondary. But years ago, when the Niners won their first Super Bowl, and for the 81 year, Super Bowl 16, they had essentially a 3/4 rookie secondary dubbed Dwight Hicks and the Hot Licks. Dwight Hicks was the one veteran guy. They drafted Ronnie Lott, future Hall of Famer. They drafted Carlton Williamson. They drafted Eric Wright, one of the most underrated players in the history of the league and the franchise. What a great corner that guy was. And they rode those three rookies with Dwight Hicks all the way to a Super Bowl championship. So it has been done. But, the concern is a little bit, the young secondary busting too much.
That's Greg Papa working on his off week. That's why we love him so much. Enjoy yourself. We're getting into Gucci Data season. So I don't think...
We are.
I know you're
Halloween out of the way.
Yeah.
Not going to be a game 6 tonight, which will hit me hard at 5:08.
Yeah.
Any skiing going on? What's going on in Tahoe? Do we have snow up in the mountains yet?
I don't think
not much. I don't think so.
Not much. I'll do some ski. I'm at Pollock Pines tonight. I'll let you know.
I'm getting my inbox is getting inundated with ski mountains up there saying, "Come on up, we're opening up." I'm like, really? I think snow at all up there?
Well, enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself, by the way. And
he's always worried that I'm going to throw him at that.
I am always worried about that. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Thanks,
Greg.
Dad.
Bye-bye.
Bye, James.
Bye-bye. It's Greg Papa. We'll take a break. When we come back,
Thanks, Dad.
big games for week 9. We'll talk about those and also the Raiders-Bengals. And we got Sac State tickets to give away as well. We'll do all that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football, Sacktown Sports.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
Week 9. Thank God there's 2 Kings games this weekend. Because there's no Niners game.
Nope. World Series is over.
World Series is over. I don't like it.
Yeah.
What does Huddersfield have?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Chris. First round FA Cup today, 12:45. ESPN Plus as we are away at Tamworth. Yeah.
Those punks.
Punk-ass Tamworths.
Yeah.
Hate them.
12:45 p.m.
12:45 p.m. That's right. Normally, their night games are 11:45 because it's 9 hours for another couple days instead of 8-hour difference because of their daylight savings. Yeah, it'll be 1 hour later today. So I'll kick back. Should be a nice cruising win for Huddersfield, even though it's on the road, as they're unbeaten in their last 4.
Okay,
but they got a weird habit of, I don't know. For some reason, every team I root for, it's the exact same way. Well, they should win, but you never know. There's going to be some weird loss out of the blue.
Do they have a better record when you're in attendance?
They actually have a really good record when I'm in attendance. I have been present for 6 matches.
So you're a factor.
They are 5-0-1. They one time they did not win was at Wrexham last Tuesday. That's it. Am I a factor? Yes. Everything you do matters. Whatever that drop is, yeah. Chris usually plays.
Oh, what? We bring the boom?
I think it's that one.
Oh.
I think that one.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
Oh, dear. Let's see. So big. There is some football, though, this weekend. Yeah. And that's fine. We'll watch it, and we'll have fun. The Niners bye comes at a nice weekend, though, because this is definitely going to be a project.
You're going to work on some stuff.
I got stuff to work on. We're going up the hill tonight. I haven't been there in a couple months, and we're going to winterize the place as it's starting to get a little chilly up there. So I'm going to blow the pine needles off the roof and stuff, and you got to
get up there on a ladder.
I use the blower and just kind of, I'm tall enough to where I can get most of it, and then chemicals in the spa and the turn off some water down. There's like a sink in the back porch, and you have to turn it off so it doesn't freeze. Plus there's some Christmas decoration. We may not get to that this weekend, but they left the people we bought it from. They left some Christmas decorations, so we may do that. And there's a Ring camera that's out. Yeah, I figure out why there's a Ring, because that's how I know what's going on up there. So
I know what this sounds like the beginning of.
What does it sound like?
Cabin in the woods.
Oh,
camera
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Hey, let's just make sure everything's okay, and we'll have a wonderful weekend.
And then back home, Jason. Now this won't work for everybody, unfortunately. But just to give you an idea of the area in my house, this is the office.
Oh, wow. Full project.
That's downstairs, and wait till I get to the ceiling at some point. I mean, they have gutted that room. Our upstairs is completely.
Oh yeah, that is your office where you do the show from.
That's right. That is dead.
There's the zipper, the ET card.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's
you'll get new insulation.
Yeah, they took the insulation, everything but the guts of the house, both upstairs and downstairs, is out. And then they finish this Saturday, and then next week, hopefully the rebuild people come in. But that's going to be a whole. We may have to vacate.
So was there officially a problem with the plumbing? I know what happened, but was there any other issue, or that was it?
It was clogged, and the stupid kid flushed it. Whichever kid that won't admit to who. And I get why they won't admit it. I honestly don't think they know. To be honest, I don't think they're lying. I truly don't think they know. I can tell by the looks in their eyes they actually are kind of panicked. Like it could have been me, but I don't think so. So I'm going to say no. But yeah, and there's just hours of water flowing out of them.
I think this was a brother sister. All right, we got to get together.
Yeah,
we both screwed this up, but we got to make sure that.
Yeah, we got to make sure we're a united front.
Yeah, exactly.
I just realized, by the way, I bet you that water bill is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, that's so it's a good week for there to be a bar.
I'm out of cash.
All out of cash.
I had that happen to me once at a house party. I went to a house party with my wife and I years ago, where I knew I was more of like going along with my wife, so I didn't know as many of the people. Just had to use the restroom, just a normal number one, nothing, no issues. Flush the toilet. I'm like, no. I mean, it was overflowing, just completely overflowing to the floor, and I mean, like, you got to go tell the.
Yeah, you do.
I'm sorry, but and like everyone's like, "What'd you do?" I'm like,
yeah,
I flushed the toilet is what I did.
Let me ask you
it
this:
was not me.
So let's say it was. So you're at a friend's house, or you're in the same situation, but it's number two.
Yeah,
and you clogged it, and there's no plunger. What do?
Jump out the window. I think that's the right thing to do.
I don't know what you do, man. I do not know what you do. That's some bad energy.
Yeah.
That is some bad
some good energy.
You too, because that is not a good look, dude. 1-800-912-1140 Sac State Tech. It says the Hornets.
Stingers up.
Back in action this Saturday, and the Hornets need you to cheer them on. Help the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Look, we're caller number
4.
Caller number 4 to win the family 4-pack to check out Sac State this Saturday, hosting Jerry Glanville's Portland State Vikings, former team. That's right.
Neil Lomax.
Wow. Much better than Neil Low Minimum.
June Jones.
Right. Better than May Jones.
Ime Udoka.
Ooh, really? That's pretty good. Oh, Eastern Washington. A lot of Vikings.
Portland State.
Them too.
Yes.
$49 is what the tune-up is right now to get ready for fall. American Energy wants to help you out. Oh, that's right. $49 regularly, $119. $49. And also, they can give you a break off your first recommended repair if there are any. And if you need a new HVAC system, it's half off. It's half off. Go to www.theae as in American Energy Way.com to get them out there. Theaeway.com or 916-520-9990. Yeah. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Get a couple of those big football games this weekend, which you can watch. Also, celebrity birthdays. and Friday fun and games. Still all to come. In this final half hour of the program, we'll do that next.
The quest for ring number 6 happens here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Listen on Sacktown Sports for all the 49ers action.
Jennings went up and took it away. What a catch by JJ! He scored 3 touchdowns today.
The quest for 6 lives here on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Hey, Aggie fans, Coach Plow here. If you haven't made it out to a game yet, we've only got 2 opportunities left this season, starting November 2nd against Northern Colorado. We're excited to celebrate all those who helped make this campus great with faculty and staff appreciation and parent-family weekend. And for all you fans of the band, we've got local high schools joining us to ramp up the atmosphere. So grab your tickets today and join us by visiting ucdavis.com/tickets. Go Ags.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back, 1-800-912-1140. Congratulations to James in Elk Grove. Going to make the trip up to Hornet Stadium. Watch the Stingers go up against Portland State.
Big game, James.
How are you feeling about that match?
Optimistic.
Okay.
Hornets have been struggling. They've shot themselves in the foot a little bit here lately, but I feel like tomorrow is going to be their day.
I think it will be too. Rob, good morning, Rob. You're on with Dave and Jason. Good morning again.
Hey, just calling out from Carmichael saying, hey, how's it going?
Carmichael, Rob, good morning.
What's up, Rob?
Well, we're wondering about Sacramento Republic. We know we listen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're a pretty devout listener. I listen every day pretty much during the 8 to noon hours, and haven't heard too much about the Republic. And we're big time into the Republic, and the championship franchise with a stadium on the line, and big ideas. They have a good squad and number one defense. Just wondering if you've got anything to say about that, or any ideas about tonight's game.
They take on Vegas tonight, 7:30. And let's be honest, man, it has not been a good end of the season. It is not.
No.
This team is high hopes at the beginning of the year, a great start at the beginning of the year. They've had some losses that definitely should not have been losses. And they also have, this is one of the highest paid teams in the league. It's not from lack of talent. They just have had issues. And you hope it's one of those things a lot of times, Rob, as you know, it's when you peak, not just the record, but when you peak. And I'm just hoping they go to Vegas, they get a win. And then really, I hope they get some people above them knocked out, because the only thing I hate more than them losing is that they put themselves in a position where they don't get a home playoff match. And every Republic fan, especially the ones that go night in, night out, and they go to that, what I'll loosely call a stadium, and the things they've had to go through and the commitment they've had, they deserve a playoff match, and the players want that atmosphere. And I really, really hope, obviously, that they win. But I hope they have some stuff go their way up top so they can come back and play the second round at least at Cal Expo.
Sure. Thanks a lot for the call. Just heading into work and thought I'd drop you guys a call.
And
Awesome.
I appreciate it. And
they missed their chance late. They should have been home.
They really should have been home, man. And that it's not just that, but from the other, that I don't think he'll care if I say this. For a team that struggles to be in profit, because there is a lot of money spent on payroll and everything else, that's over $500,000 hit. It's something that obviously we don't think about, but for the business itself, that's over $500,000 hit. It's tough. It's tough all the way around. So, but you know what? I think Republic's going to be a hot topic here over the next one way or the other. I think the Sac Republic's going to be a hot topic over the next couple weeks, and I'm looking forward to that. Jason,
yes,
Cowboys Falcons. You picked that as your minor upset.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos Ravens. This is interesting because even if the Broncos lose, I'm trying to figure out, are the Broncos for real?
Yeah, they've done this enough now to go, wait, they're putting something together here.
Yeah. They definitely, it looks like Sean Payton's got them kind of on the right track. And
yeah, like Bo Nix isn't doing what Jaden Daniels is doing, but
right.
He's done a nice job.
He really has. And you heard Dave Richard talking about him earlier. The Broncos sitting in second place at 5-3 in the AFC West. Obviously, they've got that Chiefs team.
Yeah. But if you beat the Ravens, then it's a game changer what the Broncos are doing.
It's a big game for them. And then Lions and Packers. Jordan Love says he thinks he can go Sunday. We'll see. He's been banged up all year. And that is a big divisional game. We got Kings Hawks tonight, 4:30. Great way to go into the weekend. Also an early game, so you have enough time. You can do whatever and then watch. Oh crap!
You're driving then? You're what?
Yeah, damn it. I'm picking Mason up from practice. It ends at 5:30 and then heading up the hill. So I'm
Sacktown Sports, baby.
Yep, that's right. And by oh crap, what I meant was like, oh crap, I get to listen to Sacktown Sports and the lovely sounds of the G-Man.
Yes, right.
My day just got even better. Pacers Pelicans. The only one of 7 times this year, 2 teams will play each other in the NBA whose nicknames start with the same letter. Nuggets at Timberwolves. That could be a Western Conference Finals preview.
Could be.
Nuggets at T-Wolves as well. The blue carpet's happening. Boise State, number 15, hosting San Diego State, a school that my daughter somehow appeared for the first time on her extended college list.
Okay.
And right away got crossed off.
Nice.
By her father. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Nope.
We also mentioned Vegas and
Sac Republic, of course, tonight. That's at 7:30, Fox 40. And go to sacrepublic.com for all the details. How about some celebrity birthdays before we get to
you versus Chris
Friday Fun and Games? One-on-one, we're gonna play this game tonight. Crumble Cookies. Nothing says family and friends and birthdays more than Crumble Cookies. Enjoyed some birthday cookies earlier this week with my son. And they bring you celebrity birthdays. Jason Ross.
Happy birthday on this November 1. The first.
Moon.
To Jenny McCarthy.
Oh. Jenny McCarthy, I believe, has been a question on celebrity birthdays in the past. I don't know why. I'm just thinking that.
Probably around this time.
Yeah, last November 1st.
Probably last about a year ago today. I'm going to say Jenny McCarthy is 58.
Oh, no. She's 54.
Christopher Lott is closer, 52.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday to Anthony Kiedis. Kiedis.
I think
we've talked about the age discrepancy.
I'm going to be, I don't want to throw it off here.
I've been around the world back from Bombay.
You know what? I'm going to nail this within a year. Okay. So I want Chris to go first. I don't
61.
want. Damn it. He's either 61 or 62.
You could agree with him, or you could go with 62. Not 60?
No, he's not 60. I'm going to, because he's got this. How old is she? 19. So his age has been in the news. I'm going to agree with Chris. I think it's either 62 or 61. I'm going to say 61.
You're going to stay with Chris, 61. All right. No correct answer. 62.
God damn it.
Birthday today.
I almost switched it to screw it.
Damn it, Chris.
Happy birthday to, let me see what she's been in. Toni Collette from, do you know Toni Collette?
Hereditary.
Oh, Hereditary.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense for sure. The mom in
Krampus.
Sixth Sense.
Oh!
She's been in a ton of things.
Shaft.
She saw you.
Knives Out.
She said to say she saw you dancing.
Yeah.
By the way,
I would not even put that in her top 5.
Can I just say, I will say this. I'm talking about the scene where Haley Joel Osment in Sixth Sense is telling her that he sees grandma, her mom. That's actually some. I saw that not that long
Good
ago.
acting.
Really good acting by her. That is not easy to do.
See Hereditary.
No,
she should have got an Oscar for it.
Isn't that a scary one?
Yeah,
with gore and stuff. Not Al Gore, but like blood and stuff. Yeah,
a little bit. I've seen worse.
E. Well, come on, we almost have Mount Gormore. Frank, Al, E.
Key Park.
Butchov. All right. Toni Collette is.
It took me a second.
Toni Collette's 65.
No. She's 58.
Toni Collette is the same age as Jenny McCarthy, 52.
Whoa.
Jeez, sorry, Tony.
Happy birthday to, I think they pronounce it Cocoa Crisp. Cocoa
Crisp.
Yeah, Cocoa Crisp.
Cocoa Crisp is 41.
44.
Christopher Lott is closer, 45.
I hate you.
Also from the A's, Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker is 28.
26.
Dave is closer, 30. Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, hold on. I can do this. 58.
56.
Christopher Lott is closer, 54. And the last one, why did you think you had that, by the way?
I was trying to, this is going to seem, you asked.
Should I not have?
I was trying to take the year Hank Gathers passed away because Eric Spoelstra was in the picture, and I was trying to do the math. I'm figuring Spoelstra, I think, was a junior that year at Portland State. And anyways.
Okay. Last
that was
one.
Absolutely insane.
I'm just saying.
Gary Playa.
Chris, you first.
73.
Nope. He is, I want to say 84.
Dave is closer. He's 89.
80. Jeez. Yeah. He old. Looks great.
He's definitely not a player.
Looks real. That's a
Well, him going, jeez. He old.
He doesn't look 89 though. All right. Friday Fun and Games with the guys. Christopher Lott and Alan Stiles join us.
Chris Hawkins.
What'd I say? Oh,
Did
yeah.
you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry. You never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
All right, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Hornet Stadium, the place you need to be. It's Sacramento State taking on Portland State. There'll be fireworks on the field, but also after the game. Stick around for the post-game fireworks show. It is a Salute to Heroes night, as you can come out and check out the Sacramento State Hornet football team. Again, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Hornet Stadium. Tickets on sale now. HornetSports.com. We'll see you out there. Stingers up.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free spicy chicken sandwiches from Wendy's, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, tacos, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Model Year End pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the Model Year End event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Hi. I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer & Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
We were playing.
Hey. All right. Hello, everybody.
Wow. Alan was into the movie.
We're messing around.
Yeah.
That's my fault, as usual. Yeah, kill us. It's the movie Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah. About a guy named Troy.
Yes.
Didn't even see Troy. You believe that? All that just
What was he?
What, Troy? He was just a man.
Oh.
Man. Imagine Achilles. You're a heel. You get shot in the heel by a dude named Paris.
Buddy Heel.
Buddy Heel. Exactly. And all that for Helen of Troy. All those people died for Helen of Troy. Helena Troy. Welcome in. How are you, Chris Watkins?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. How you doing?
Ready for the Return of the Kings tonight?
Yes.
Times two. Oh my God. Alan, how about yourself? How about yourself, Mr. Viral Tyrese Halliburton tweeter?
Oh yeah, you like that one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah,
and then he did it.
Hey, you know what kids say? They say that tweet slapped.
No,
it slapped.
Dork.
It slapped.
How do you do, fellow young people?
No,
that tweet banged.
It banged.
Yeah.
I don't like that's violent. Did you trick or treat last night?
No, we watched Long Legs.
Oh, so did I.
So you weren't one of those parents that rolled your baby around?
No, we did probably bad because we did it during our probably most listened to hour, but we did like 30 minutes on how old you should stop trick or treating, and yeah, I got flamed.
What'd you say?
I said senior year, man.
Oh wow.
What'd you say? Yeah, let me guess. Over under 12.
Thank you.
I think we said 4 to 13.
4 to 13.
The prime.
We had a lot
That's just the
of
prime
calls,
age,
a lot of texts. You would have been proud. I actually shouted out your wife. I said, I hope Dave's wife is listening because this is a very Dave conversation.
Yeah, it's and just so you know,
Set the screen.
My sophomore and my senior completed their final trick or treating.
Thank you.
Now, why does Mason have to stop?
He didn't really want to this time.
He didn't want to be forced to.
He was like, "They're going, you're going." So he has worn the same.
Did you or Melissa do what my parents used to do and like take me aside and say, "Hey, we took you to Black Angus yesterday, so you're going to do this and you're going to be happy about it, okay?"
Show yourself.
He just
you
kinda
will
goes
not
with the flow.
imagine how many times I had to get some sort of talk like that.
But you gotta, and this will only work for you guys, but you gotta understand. So he just has this thing he keeps in the closet. He's peanut butter and jelly, which he was peanut butter and jelly, and also peanut butter and jelly. And then, now we go back. But through the years, it's just so. God, I'm getting sad. I want to quit scrolling too, by the way. At some point.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But when we were kids, it was like 12. I think there was more of a stop. But now, you know what? Be a kid.
Yeah,
I do agree that it's like
anyone.
there's so much worse things. Like
If you
a kid,
dress up and
if like an 18-year-old comes to my door, I'm like, you know what?
If
You
they
could
make an
definitely
effort,
be like,
They're
setting
still
off
getting candy.
fireworks.
But Chris said there was a level of, hey, it also depends on when did you have your growth spurt yet? I mean, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Some big trees.
Like Shaq's coming through. You're like, man,
Can you give me candy?
I'm only 11.
You want he's like, actually just give me your house. Well, okay.
What's today's game?
We're going to complete some lists.
Let's go.
Including, I think, the most difficult one on here that I think you guys are going to fail miserably at.
Oh,
but I'm going to say
thanks, Jason.
Yeah. All right, Chris, you got some music? Yeah, he does. Dave, we'll go with you first on this list. To stay alive, we have 5 correct answers. So, Dave, we just ended a baseball season. According to MajorLeagueBaseball.com, MajorLeagueBaseballShop.com, we want the top 5 selling jerseys of 2024. Any one of the top 5.
Show you time.
Number 1, Alan.
I think I'm playing it safe. Aaron Judge.
Number 3, Christopher Ladd.
Mookie Betts.
Oh,
Number 4.
Yeah, that's the tough one.
You have the 2 left that are the toughest. Sorry, Chris.
Can I get a Bryce Harper?
Number 2.
Wow.
You guys are 4 for 4. There's one left. I think it's a little tricky, but we'll see if we can
What
complete
number
the
is
list.
it?
It's the last one.
Oh,
Fifth.
it's
You
number
guys got 1
5,
through 4.
too? Ugh.
Major League Baseball jerseys.
Fernando,
I feel like
maybe?
it's going to be. I'm thinking L.A. It's not Chicago. Thinking L.A. or New York.
Right idea. That's the hint.
I think it's a Met.
Soto?
Soto popped into my head. Also, mate.
Need to
I'm just
guess.
going to say Freddie Freeman.
Incorrect. Out of the list. Dave is out.
Lindor.
Correct.
Oh,
wow. You guys did it.
Well done.
Well done. All right.
Very well
Yesterday's topic, according to CandyStore.com, the top 5 most popular selling candy. Top 5. Alan, you go first. This is CandyStore.com.
I'm just going to go safe. Go Reese's.
Number 2.
Something over that. Snickers.
Chris is out.
Wow.
That happened. We did the same thing last year, and I freaked out because that's my favorite one.
M&M's.
Number 1.
That was what I was going to say. M&M's. You said Snickers. No. Sour Patch Kids.
Number 3.
Strong.
Alan. We're at 4 and 5 left.
Skittles.
Number 4.
Come
Are you
on.
guys going to do 2? Chris Watkins.
I'll just say a Hershey bar.
Out. Dave and Alan to complete the list.
I hate this candy bar, and I hope it's not on there, but Milky Way.
Out. All right. Last hint for Alan. Not a bar.
Why does he get a hint?
Well, it's trying to complete the list.
I mean,
not a
I'm
bar.
gonna go.
That's what they said to Drake when he tried to make this.
I'm gonna go
response.
sweet and sour again. Give me Starburst.
Completed.
Yeah.
That's
Alan is
true.
clutch.
Wow.
All right, Christopher Laud, you start this one. We're going for top 10 active. We got 10 on this list. Active NBA scorers.
More
active.
like
Yeah, we're good, baby.
More like Jesus styles because of all your saves today.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
LeBron James, number 1. Good call.
What's the question again?
Top 10 active
I was coming up
NBA
with a joke.
scorers.
Oh, I got you.
LeBron, number
Kevin
1.
Durant.
Number 2, Carmichael Dave. All time.
All time. You mean
they're
active?
but yeah, active. So most points.
Why am I? Oh my
LeBron
god.
was 1, KD was 2.
Why am I blanking? Hold on.
Come on, man.
Oh my god, I'm
There's
blanking.
10.
They're
Seven,
at
eight
10
more.
active scorers.
Stop it,
One of them's on this team.
Oh, Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, number 5.
Hate that guy.
It's up to you.
Yeah, we're doing 10.
Yeah.
All 10. We know this one, Chris. Dame Dollar.
Dame Lillard, number
Yeah.
8. Chris Verlaud.
Oh,
DeMar DeRozan.
There you go. Number
oh
6.
that's what I was.
He said it before
James
you
Harden.
even answered.
I was still
James
gonna say
Harden, number 3.
Chris Paul.
Number 7.
Ooh.
So we got 4, 9, and 10 left.
Thinking of old people.
4, 9, and 10 left.
Alan's been clutch. Can you
Oh,
stay
I know.
clutch?
I think I know one.
Okay, hold on.
4.
Then we'll close with the tough list.
Man. Wait,
Oh.
why am I blanking here?
Need an answer. You want to pass for a moment?
Yeah.
All right, Chris Verlaud.
Some say he's not active. Is Russell Westbrook?
Number 4.
Yeah,
We have 9 and 10 left. It's going to get back to you to close.
I'm
No
caught in
strikes.
between 2 names. Let's say, oof, I don't like it. Giannis.
Number 9.
Okay.
I'm
We've
caught.
got number
Now
10
I'm caught
left.
between
Can you guys
two
close the
names.
list?
I mean, he's a scoring champion,
Mm.
but it's longevity that's the problem. It's one
Oh.
of 2 guys, I think. I'll say Joel Embiid.
Dave is out. Can Alan do it again?
Come on.
I know this name is close, but I don't know if he has enough. Kevin Love.
Out. Chris Verlaud.
Paul George.
Very good.
Clutch!
Yeah.
Well
Verlaud.
done.
All right, the last
I know.
list. I think this one's the most difficult. Where are we starting? Chris
Oh,
Watkins.
no.
We got a couple people here amongst the staff that are going to be having babies on the way.
Okay.
So according to babycenter.com, the top boy baby names of 2024. We're looking for the top 5.
God.
Top
Baby
5.
names?
Yes.
Oh, man.
A hint, nobody on this show has
Yeah.
anybody on
You
this.
said boy names
Boy
specifically?
names. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, no chance.
Just Joe.
This is
Joey.
out. By the way, Christopher is 81st.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was going to
yeah.
be my other guess.
I thought
so.
Ross might actually make it over Jason.
might.
Either one is.
It's going to be some sort. I'm just going Braxton.
Wow.
out.
That is very specific.
I'm just going based on people that I saw have kids. Oliver.
Number 3.
Wow.
I just saw one pop up on Instagram.
What
Okay.
a stupid
Or-
name.
That's crazy.
Chris.
Bryson.
Out.
Yeah, see, there's gonna be some Braxton
So it's
Bryson.
Alan. Can Alan finish
Can Alan
the
clear
list?
the
by
list?
himself?
That's the last one. I'm trying to think of other kids I've seen.
This is
Barrett.
no.
Is there an Elijah?
We got at number 5, Mateo. Elijah's number 4. Number 3, you got Oliver. Number 2, Liam. Number 1, Noah.
Yeah.
Is
There's
it
a
gonna be
Noah.
Frankie Jr.?
Liam? I thought Liam was short for William. It was just on the other end of it.
I don't know, but you guys crushed the other list.
Right?
Well done.
Thought of that.
You guys closed them
Remember
all.
the guy,
Or the girls?
William?
I don't know.
From Black Eyed Peas?
No.
Dork.
Don't funk with my heart.
Funk, F-U-N-K. What's
Yes.
coming up on the show today, friend?
Funkin' with hearts and bleeping with beeps.
Excuse me?
We have a great show, everybody.
Packed.
Hang around. We have Mark Haynes, who's
Mark
going to join us
Haynes,
from the
come on.
Sacramento Observer. Obviously, we're talking Kings. They're back-to-back, what they've been up to. And friend of your show, friend of the station, Sam Amick and John Hollander just dropped a heater on The Athletic. Names to watch in the NBA trades. You'll never guess which Sacramento King pops up on. That's all coming
Can
up
I
next.
guess?
No.
Oh, Doug McDermott.
That's
Yes.
right.
I ruined it.
Not even able to be traded.
For all of our guests and Chris Verlod and Jason Ross, thanks so much. What a wonderful week. We'll see you Monday after 2 Light the Beams. Love you all. Be safe. Bye-bye now.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He